Hey, did you know Amazon had a website for black businesses? That's right, blackownedamazon.com. If you're black, show you're black. Shop black. Every single product on blackownedamazon.com is from a black-owned business. And not only that, when you buy from blackownedamazon.com, Amazon will donate a portion of your total purchase to assist new black-owned businesses. So if you're black, show you're black. Shop black. blackownedamazon.com. Be sure to bookmark this website so that you never forget to shop at blackownedamazon.com.
Peace, 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 and Black Power family. What's going on? What's going on? I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And I want to remind y'all that this is a live call-in show. You can call in at any time, join the stream. All the information you need to join is in the live chat section. All right. So appreciate Danielle War. She won last week, but she did not decide to keep the prize money, so she sent it right back to us. So whoever decides to participate this week, the pot is already $16 strong. So all you got to do is send $1 to Atheist Church on Cash App. It's $1 to $ Atheist Church on Cash App, and you will automatically be entered into the raffle. And one lucky person will be chosen to receive 100% of all the money donated. So we'll do things a little bit differently tonight. If you want to call in and participate, I encourage you to do so. So the topic is pretty much open. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I want to take this time to highlight some of these comments that the people leave on the channel because they don't like to call in. So I be having a lot of conversations with people that don't get seen or don't get heard. And a lot of people, they call themselves Christian, but find themselves agreeing with me until they find out that I'm an atheist. Then all of a sudden they got a problem. But that's all out of fear. But we're going to change that, though. We are going to change all of that. So let's start with Georgia Bassinger, who yesterday, she commented on the channel, "My child is 26 years old. Priest would have caught these hands for even throwing his hand back trying to slap mine. I wish someone would. I would lose my entire mind and freedom on that day." Y'all know what video she talking about, right? It's the church fights video where the priest slapped the baby. Of course. And a lot of people like to comment on that. Then you got one idiot, J. Kaiser, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who says, "Why are y'all angry that the priest slapped the child? It's part of some baptisms. Showing any demons in the child who's boss. I loved it and now fail. All children should get bigger, much harder slaps and told to never be like their parents and believe the religious scam. Scare them young." Wow. So I don't know what he got going on. Dude sound insane though. Somebody who calls themselves believer says power is a drug and there are a lot of junkies out there. Open your eyes by the fruits. You will know them. Yeah, y'all tripped me out with that quoting the Bible as if everything in the Bible is true. Why y'all don't never quote all the crazy stuff like when they told them to go rape the Midianites and all that stuff? Y'all just cherry pick what y'all want to quote from the Bible. That's crazy. So the phone lines are open. I know usually we wait to open the phone lines, but they are open right now. Matter of fact, oh yeah, I did. The number is on top of the chat if you want to call in. CM Dot says, why I stopped going to church, being judged by another human being who thinks he is higher than God. What gets me is, why do people allow this to happen? Matthew 7:15. What's that? Let's check out what Matthew 7:15 is. Even though we don't like that cherry picking stuff. In Operation Fatherhood says some folks are brainwashed by other men and women. Yep. They're brainwashed by religion. So Matthew 7:15 says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. It's funny how the very thing that has all the prophets in it is telling you to beware of false prophets. The same religion. Mighty convenient, if you ask me. Jose Gonzalez says, I can expect anything from a pastor, but what the fuck is wrong with that priest? Jose, you must be a Catholic, but maybe you didn't hear about all the priests that rape little boys and all that stuff. They ain't no better than these pastors. He says he doesn't know a Catholic priest that would do such a thing. Really? Really? You must got your head in the sand, young man. George Jones says religion is a business. Its purpose is to make money. It is also a refuge for pedophiles and sex offenders. That's facts, George. Major facts. Kim Birch says, I wouldn't go to none of these churches. All the money-hungry preachers and members, homeless and broke. All right, let me check it out. Look, we got a couple entries for the reverse collection plate. Steve the Theorist, appreciate you. Got your donation, brother. So y'all might want to add y'all name to the list. The pot getting bigger for the Atheist Church reverse collection plate. All you gotta do is send $1 or more to Atheist Church on Cash App. That's Atheist Church on Cash App. Send $1 or more, and your name automatically be added into the raffle. And what we do is we put all those names into the computer and let the computer randomly choose one person to win all of the money. And in the reverse collection plate, we send all the money to whoever wins. All right, let me locate the. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to locate these comments that I had queued up. Okay, here we go. Daniela Bofield. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Daniela Bofield says, how dare they talk about Mary like that and Jesus? You are disgusting. No, she said, you are a disgusting specimen and you have no right to even say God's name or Mary's. Why don't you read the Bible, idiot? There's so many. Slap the baby. He should be in jail. This guy is a psychopath. There are psychopaths. It's sad that they use the God card to get money from people, can't even afford to eat. Oh, she didn't put no punctuation in here, so if it sounds like I'm rambling, that's because that's how she wrote this shit. It's a long ass run-on sentence. Psychopaths, it's sad that they use the God card to get money from people can't even afford to get. You know God's going to punish you for this. I hope you're prepared. Since none of you know anything about God, be prepared. Vengeance will be his. Well, Daniela, it's real hard to understand exactly what you mean when you don't put punctuation in your sentence. But how the hell you gonna sit up there and say that the people, because she talking about what they were saying about Mary, like Corey Holcomb when y'all saw the intro. to this episode. She's saying, how dare y'all talk about Mary like that? How y'all talk about God and y'all don't know nothing about God. What do you know about God? Because trust and believe, anything you think you know about God ain't nothing but what you believe about God. You don't know shit about no imaginary creature. Even if the motherfucker was real, he in outer space, so what you know about it that I don't know? Enlighten me. Enlighten me. We open up the phone lines every week so that somebody can enlighten us. I've yet to be enlightened. We had that bitch ass Canadian Catholic dude, I think that's his name, call in last week, but he didn't want to have no conversation. He just wanted to, I don't know what the hell he was trying to do. Just being disrespectful. You can't call up here being disrespectful and think you're gonna get respect. Nah, you got to give it to get it. Because I give it just as good as I get it. So you call up here and disrespect me, you're gonna get it just as good as you give it to me. Right back to you. But I do want somebody to call up here and explain that to me. We ain't got to be arguing and going back and forth. I just want to know how you know something about God that I don't know, if the motherfucker is real. Explain me that, Daniela Bofield. Somebody named Oh Happy Day says, how the hell you gonna let that priest slap your baby? Which is crazy. I don't understand. Because if y'all didn't see the video, it's on the channel. It's called Church Fights Part 2. It's 4 episodes of the Church Fight series. But Part 2 is the one that everybody like to talk about, because the one where the priest slapped the baby. And it's also some other clips in there that's funny as hell, if I do say so myself. But the priest slapped the baby, and the lady she just like stood there like she didn't know what to do. And then the father, he was moving in slow motion, like to get the baby away from the motherfucker. I ain't bullshit. He was moving just like that. You can go watch the video. It's on my channel called Church Fights Part 2. Somebody like, and this priest slapped the shit out of this baby. I'm talking about slapped him hard, because the baby was crying. He was trying to get him to stop crying, which is dumb as hell. You think that's gonna make a baby stop crying? You slapping him. But anyway, that's what he did. And the father finally, after like 30 seconds, took the baby away. So Oh Happy Day says, how the hell you gonna let that priest slap your baby? Would you let anyone else do it to your child? Of course not. Then why would you let that priest? To which I replied, the same reason that they let the priest get away with theft, rape, molestation, and religion brainwashes people into thinking that these men are holy. And to which Preacher's Cone replied, it's not so much religion as it is the power relation between the two parties. People accept the same and worse from their kids, baseball trainers, basketball coaches, etc. Maybe to an extent, but not as much as in the church with these preachers. So G. Thompson says, who in the hell does he think he is to say someone should submit to him? Only person that should submit to is God. Once again, produce said God. Produce said God. And which God are you talking about submitting to? The God in the Bible? Because if that God was real, I wouldn't want to submit to. That God is a motherfucking murdering, raping, child molestation, allowing, slave, condoning, bitch ass God that don't show itself. So what if the God don't even exist? Y'all folk gotta wake up. Speaking of wake up, got some stuff on the way under the hashtag wake up. So y'all make sure y'all look out for that. Go to the website, just type hashtag wake up, and you will see what I'm talking about. So Imhotep Haru, shout out to Imhotep Haru, my guy, says she talked about swinging. Is that Christianity? Imagine if you tell her Jesus don't exist. She probably lose it. He's commenting on one of those pranks or they was pranking the Christians. What else we got? Michelle Williams. Michelle Williams said, when Corey sees the heavens in every part of the world, I wonder which man he thinks made heaven. And he said, it happened before you was here. And how did you know it happened? Wow, maybe slavery was a lie. I wonder, do Corey celebrate Thanksgiving, 4th of July, and Christmas? He doesn't know if these events ever happened. Stupid. So Michelle Williams, you displayed a whole lot of your ignorance in that comment right there. The first part of your ignorance is when you have a problem with what Corey said, how you know that it happened and you wasn't there. He was talking about events in the Bible, okay? They was talking about that happened before everybody was here, like let there be light and all that shit. Wasn't nobody there, wasn't no people there. So how the fuck you know what happened? That's what he meant. He wasn't saying stuff like how did events in history happen. Furthermore, you don't know if an event in history really happened unless you got some evidence. So just because it's a holiday around some shit don't mean that it happened, because we got a holiday that a lot of people think is Jesus' birthday, and it ain't got shit to do with no Jesus or no birthday. It's all about the sun. So just because some holiday exists don't mean nothing. So Michelle Williams, please, I hope you're listening. Call up here and explain what the fuck you talking about, because you sound stupid. Then she says to me, what man, dead or alive, made the heavens, and what is the name of the human who handles the sun coming up and down every day? Again, showing how simple-minded you are to think that just because something exists, it has to be created by some man. A man ain't nothing but a ape. Why the fuck would you think the man has to create the fucking sky just because it's dead? You got to get that out your head. That's that religious thinking that's programmed you to think that just because something is there, it have to have been created. Well, dumbass, if the creator is there and you think that everything that's there have to be created, then where did the fuck the creator come from? The same rule that you use to say everything got to be created goes for everything. You can't just pick and choose where the rules apply for, and you can't even produce the thing that you say is an exception to the rule. Come on now, Michelle Williams. Then she says, sure, and DNA has been around forever, but people forget about it, right? The Big Bang Theory gave us DNA, right? Dude, your soul is in some serious trouble, and if I could help you, I would, but maybe God doesn't want you in his kingdom. Good luck with Satan, because even Satan knows God exists. But do you know that Satan don't exist, dumb lady? So when people show me that they really ain't got too much sense, I stopped corresponding with them. So at that point, I just told her, call the show, you know, what, and I sent her a link. So if you want to learn something, watch this. I can't be going back and forth with idiots. So you asked me a dumbass question like, did the Big Bang make DNA? Again, you're implying that just because something exists, it has to be made. It's called the straw man argument. What you're doing right there is where you create your own argument that you can tear down, because don't nobody go around saying the Big Bang made DNA except Michelle Williams. You the only motherfucker dumb enough to say some shit like that, or to think that somebody's saying some shit like that. So look up what a straw man argument is, and then get back to me. Freshawn Simmons says, you are correct. I'm from Mississippi, and the people need to wake up. So everybody ain't sleeping with their head in the sand. So I appreciate y'all. A lot of times when people agree with you, they don't say nothing. It's just the people that disagree that say something. Exploring Super Fictitious Mind said he wish he could have called in for that one. Oh, that's a previous episode. Yeah, man. We want y'all to call in every week. Hell, y'all can call in right now. Come on with it. Don't forget to send those dollars in so you can get your entry in the Atheist Church Live. Right now, ain't nobody in there but Steve. and Danielle, and they really just want to give away their money to y'all. So y'all need to send y'all shit in. Somebody get a free little collection plate. They participate. So Abaddon Black says, has any of your guests ever invited you to a church? If so, have you thought about going to see anything different from when you were younger? Yes, I've been invited to many churches, not recently, but a friend of mine used to invite me to church all the time, and his father was a preacher. Oh no, his grandfather, not his father. His grandfather was a preacher. So I used to go to church a lot. You know what I'm saying? I used to have fun, but you know, that was before I really became a full atheist. I was just having doubts, so I still don't have a problem going to church. I always knew better than to put some money in the damn plate. So I don't go to church for the same reason I don't go to Broadway plays. I just don't want to. Not that I got anything against it, just don't particularly seem like something entertaining for me. So I don't do it. Now, as far as other people going to church, I think they're going to church for the wrong reasons. So I got a problem with people going to church thinking that they're going to get rewarded for it after they die. And that's the only reason that they're doing it. Meanwhile, in the meantime, they're making the pastor rich. And they ain't going to get shit for it in the afterlife. So it's really just a big scam. So that's my problem with church. Angie Smith says, I'm wondering what's so funny about this. This is beyond sad or ignorance. Also, since when does preachers not go to church members' homes and conversate with them, besides standing at the podium fussing disrespectfully telling church members about themselves? Well, that's what these preachers doing. That's why I make the videos I make. What's her name? Angie Smith. To expose this shit. Y'all think all these preachers is good and they can't do no bad. I don't see preachers that way. I see them as the scum of the fucking earth. They do some of the worst shit. Same way I look at the police. I ain't never seen the police serve or protect nobody. They show up after the fact and ask questions or shoot and kill motherfuckers. They ain't gonna serve and protect shit from my point of view. I don't know the motherfuckers you see police might do something different. The preachers I see and the police I see, they ain't good people. So I expose that. Then we got Tyrone Thomas. Says, who is this clown? Talking about Ray Hagan, y'all. Call him a clown. Who is this clown? Why read something you don't believe in or really can't comprehend? Jesus said, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Carnal-minded fools. But Tyrone Thomas. Then he wrote it in all caps. Like he was mad. He was yelling this shit. Why read something you don't believe in or really can't comprehend? Well, you big dumb fool. If the shit was actually true, how would I know if I don't read it? And if you read it and you believe it and I come to find it's not true, and I try to help you because you lost in the sauce and I'm trying to wake you up, that's why. So people that's getting mad at other folks trying to help them. It happens. So he mad at Ray Hagan's because Ray Hagan's telling him that the Bible's bullshit. But notice, in none of these comments that disagree, they never offer any counter evidence or say, hey, you're wrong and this is why. They just say, you're wrong. You don't believe what I believe. Or they ask some dumb question or some straw man shit. They never give like a real point. And if you watch these videos, these folks are giving real points that you can, if it's not true, you can respond to it. Somebody say 2 + 2 is 5. You can say, no, it ain't. It's 4. You don't just go, you're wrong. Well, tell them how they wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell them how they're wrong because these motherfuckers don't know. So it's very ignorant of you, Tyrone Thomas, to say that Ray Hagan's reading a book that he don't comprehend when you clearly don't comprehend the book. I know you don't comprehend it because you still believe in it. If you comprehended it, you wouldn't believe in the shit. It's a fucking fairy tale. Out of Mind Props. Out of Mind Props says, in one of the videos, a guy referred to a church as a black church and a black pastor. If a white pastor ever referred to anything as being white, church or white pastor would be called racist. I wonder why that is. Out of Mind Props. I wonder why they would be called racist just for calling something white. Probably because white people have a history of creating groups and organizations around hate, specifically towards hatred toward black people. Black people, on the other hand, don't have a history of doing that. So when black people say, oh, this is the black church, or this is the black whatever movement, the black whatever, how they do, it doesn't have that same stigma that white people have when they say this is the white something, because white people have that history of creating those hateful groups as a hateful people. So that's probably why. So I don't disagree with you. At the same time, I don't see what your point is. Like, are you mad because black people call stuff black and white people can't call it white? I mean, everything is white in America. They don't have to call it white. That's why there's no White History Month, because every other month is White History Month, pretty much. So what is your real point? And then he responds, it's exactly what I said, dude. All we ever hear about is white on black racism, but never black on white racism. I wonder why. I didn't stutter. All we hear is Black Lives Matter when we should hear All Lives Matter. And no, I don't give a crap what you or anybody else thinks. And Alicia Sear chimed in and said, what's understood ain't got to be explained unless you're an idiot, then no one has time for you. And I'm guessing that she responded to him. I don't know if she responded to me or him. Dion, Searching for Trust, responded to him saying, African Americans are not offended as not one white church in America will worship God in spirit and in truth, because never in his image displayed correctly, simply because no white American will involuntarily bow to a black God. So racism starts at the very top. Then Out of Mind Props responds to Dion saying, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't even know what the fuck you said. Well, probably because you just have a hard time understanding. It made sense to me. Then Tori Williams says, what makes no sense is you playing victim. Keep crying like racists and their tears. Keep crying. I like racists and their tears. Okay. That's why she said, I like racists and their tears. You are projecting. That's how you feel. You know damn well why it's black. Acting like you don't know your horrible, shameful history. Ignorant bat. I ain't never seen nobody call nobody a bat before, so I don't know if that's just her thing or if she meant to say something else. Then he replied, fuck you. See what I mean? When somebody can't respond to the points, they just resort to insults, fuck you, shit like that. All right. Let's see where we at with it. Still no donations, y'all. So I guess we're going to just add this money to the pot next week since don't nobody want it. Somebody next week going to get a double pot. But we are doing the reverse collection play live. Whoever want to participate, send $1 to Atheist Church on Cash App. And you almost guaranteed to win at this point. But hey, I can't force you to get the money. Oh man, then we got somebody responding to the Flat Earth video. It tripped me out with these Flat Earth people. I just don't get it. Like, I don't get how how you can believe something that's so obviously wrong. Like right now, it's what, 8:45 on the East Coast, 5:45 on the West Coast. How the fuck is that possible if the Earth is flat? But then we got people like Q Tuttle. Some of y'all screen names is just crazy. Q Tuttle. If the Earth were a spinning ball, that's how they refer to the Earth, instead of just calling it a sphere. If the Earth were a spinning ball, a tethered helium balloon would lean slightly eastward, opposing the so-called ballistic Coriolis force. Flat Earth confirmed. Well, Q Tuttle, it would be true if you made the world in your dumbass mind, but the real world has something called inertia, and a tethered helium balloon that's tethered to the Earth has the same velocity as the Earth because it's connected to the Earth. So it wouldn't lean slightly eastward because of a thing called inertia. Object in motion will remain in motion unless acted on by an outside force. But you didn't pay attention when you was in science class, so you don't know that. But I don't have to respond to that because luckily some good old book reading people came and responded. Pronomenon. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce that name. I'm just calling him PU. PU says, on flat Earth, the sun and moon will fall down like all other things. There would be no sunset, no sunrise, no nighttime. Polaris would be visible everywhere, and the moon would show different sides. Then we got another one that believe in flat Earth. This bonfire too. Oh no, this boy on fire too. Kweli Kush. Gravity don't affect butterflies from flying, nor the buildings on the ground from being slung around even with your inertia. Look into Operation Paperclip. Germany's von Braun. To which PU responded, yes, actually gravity does affect butterflies and helium balloons as well. It affects everything, but like any other force, it can be overcome by a greater force. In some conditions, forces like buoyancy or lift can overcome gravity. The explanation of these phenomena is trivial for science, while flat earthers must invoke magic, which does not exist. I like this guy, PU. I don't know who he is, but I like his comments. Oh man. Okay, so I asked him to explain the seasons. Let's see what he said, if he answered the question. He said the sun moves in and outwardly to give us our seasons. Whoa. The sun is close and small and circles around and above the flat earth in a spiral pattern. On the topic of Cancer in the northern summer months and down to the Tropic of Capricorn in the northern winter months. So when the sun is further away from the North Pole, it's winter. Boy. This boy on fire. I need you to call in and show me where you get your information from, because I don't know, man. Maybe you just picked a random YouTuber and just decided that I'm just gonna believe him or something, but none of that shit that you said is true. It's none of it. Ooh. All right, the phone line is open. Y'all can call in. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. Ask questions. Ask me any questions. Get y'all donations in. What's happening, DSA? I'm reading the comments. I'm reading from all the comments from people that comment but they don't want to call in. But they be having all the questions and all the disagreeing on the chat. But then we open up the phone line every week and damn near beg these folks to call in and ask these questions live so we can explain to them why they are wrong, or so that they can explain to us why we wrong. But we still waiting. If y'all want to join these conversations, they are on the various videos on the channel in the comment section. I swear I think some people just go to the video, they don't even watch the video, they just go straight to the comments and start talking shit. And I'm like, nigga, did you watch the video? Like your question is answered like 45 seconds into the video. All you gotta do is just listen. Okay, we got somebody on the phone. Who is this? Oh, what's going on, bro? Let me add you on the screen here. Peace, man. Peace and black power, bro. Ain't nothing. Just cooling, man. Recapping what we did last week and going over these comments.
January, and it's their summertime as it is winter in the United States.
Right.
I mean, how would that work?
That's what I asked.
Same season all over the planet.
I don't understand that part, man. Like how they explain the fact that the two hemispheres got different seasons at the same time and time zones. Like that's a dead giveaway right there. Like how you get a time zone on flat Earth? That make no sense.
And the only thing that make, and I about to say the only thing that make that different is certain countries don't adhere to the time zones like that. It's like last time I checked, this was years ago, I think it was 3, but I know it's more than that. But the last time I actually seen it on the map, it was like 3 of them.
But that's because I know some countries in like close to the pole, they had different time because it's weird because they on the pole, like they had daylight for a long time. But like if you ain't even got to go like across the country or no shit like that. You can go from one city to another if you want a building that's tall enough. When the sun set and then you go west, you can watch the sun set again, even though you already seen it set because the earth is curved. If it was flat, it was set at the same time for everybody. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. But I just don't, that's why I don't even like to debate this shit, because I think it only took me 2 days to, pretty much know that, okay, that flat earth shit's some bullshit. 2 days of studying and research and let me see what these folks talking about. Is it real and all that shit? 2 days. And it ain't like I'm like the whole 2 days. You know what I'm saying? It's like 30 minutes one day and 30 minutes the next day. And I was like, okay, that flat earth shit's some bullshit. So, but for the fact that these folks still believe that shit, and I'm talking about people that otherwise not, or they don't seem like they dumb. You know what I'm saying? They just gullible as fuck, and they don't trust science. That's the main problem. They think science is like the government or some shit. I don't know. I don't get that. I mean,
to an extent it is, but not to the extreme extent it is. You know what I'm saying? I
mean, it's like the government got their hands on scientists the same way the government got their hands on the media, the court. I mean, it's the fucking government. But that don't mean that anything that a scientist say is being subsidized by, you know what I'm saying, the government, he getting paid to say it or no shit like that. Because the whole point of science is you can experiment some shit. Somebody say something is true, you can test it.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to just believe it.
Yep. And the thing about it is they expect random citizens to have the finances and the capabilities to test out a lot of this stuff. And even when you do test it, like prime example, when you were showing the demonstration of what water would do in space or in zero gravity, and the dude was trying to debunk it, and you was showing the video, and it's like he's asking you to do that, and you made a very valid point. How can you go into space, which is where the planet is at, and get water to wrap around, let's just say, an asteroid? You can't do that. You can't just grab an asteroid out of its motion, put water on it, because the water will freeze, and expect it to do the same thing that it would do on a heated planet. It's not gonna work.
Right. And then at the same time, bro, he planning on showing me his experiment with a cup of water, saying, look, it's take the shape of its container. So he gonna tell me I can't do an experiment with a little bit of water because it's not a large body, as you say, but he gonna do an experiment with a cup of water. So it's like so much cognitive dissonance on display here.
Dude, that's the part that was killing him. He was cool up until that point. You can do water like that because it takes the form of whatever it's in or around.
He's right about that point. Water do take the shape of its container. That's true. But what he was wrong about was that large bodies of water don't curve. You see, he's so small that he can't see the curvature. But if you get a big enough viewpoint and you take that picture, you can absolutely see it. That's why I showed him the pictures of that that tower that was on the ocean, where you can see it curving, because without the tower being there, you can't really tell that it's curving.
Yeah, I think it was the wind turbines that was in the ocean.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of them. But anyway, with that being an example, he was also killing himself when he was saying, if you get a telescope and you use that, you can still see beyond the horizon. That's what the telescope was made for, to see long distances. That's the whole point of the telescope. And then my thing is that I was trying to ask in the chat, I don't know if anybody's seen it. I'm like, if that's the case, if you use a telescope to look over the horizon, I was going to say you should see the back of your head, but then I started thinking about it. No, it's not going to work, because you have different land masses or land forms that's going to be in the way from you seeing all the way around the world. You're going to see buildings, mountains, hills, valleys, all that stuff. So your view is going to be distorted once you get a certain distance away from where you're at. But even with that, you should still be able to see wherever you're at from the point of where you're standing. So you have to get to a very tall building or be in the air in a hot air balloon or something like that to see the area of what you're looking at. And even then, you can still see a curvature. Prime example, the dude that did the highest jump, the highest skydive, he literally did it from space in a sense. He was like somewhere in the ozone, and he jumped. You could still see a curve. Yeah, he was doing. It was a Red Bull, not a challenge, but it was one of the Red Bull televised situations, and you could still see a curve of the Earth. Like, even from his height, you could still see that. Dude had to have a special suit on, but you could still see it. So, like, how do you not be able to tell that the planet is round or spherical?
We got a flat earther in the chat, man. Call in and explain it to us if you really believe that. True shoe. He said if you lay a travel map flat on a table, you don't wrap it around a ball. Shame. The only reason you do that's for practicality, sir. Because it's easier to carry a flat map around than it is to carry a ball around. And the Earth is very, very big. So you don't really need a map of the whole Earth at any one point in time. If you're traveling, you just need a map of the area that you're traveling. Because you know what I'm saying? If you go to a different part, you just get a map of that part. The Earth is so big, nobody just travel with a fucking globe, and that's their only source of a map. Then this dude said they call it an airplane, not an air curve. All right, man, you got to call in because I ain't responding to no comment that stupid in the chat when I got an open phone line right now. So call it in, and then I'll tell you why that comment is idiotic.
What does that have to do with the curvature of the of the planet.
It ain't got nothing to do with it. It don't got nothing to do with it. But you know what I'm saying? I can't tell if folk be trolling or they serious. That's why I'm like, you got to call in because I ain't gonna be sitting here talking to a robot. You know what I'm saying? So call it in so we can hear who you are and you can. If I'm wrong, explain it to me. I ain't got no problem being wrong because that means after that moment that you show me I'm wrong, I'm no longer wrong. So please call it in, and I hope you got the same sentiment when I show you that there ain't no fucking flat planets out here. so they just landed on Mars.
The thing about it,
but these niggas think the Earth is flat.
Exactly, that's the part that really be tripping me out. People think that this is the only flat planet. Like that makes no sense to me. Like think about it. Like seriously, no, think about it. You have Jupiter, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, Mars, Venus, Mercury. All these planets are round or spherical to some extent. How is it that Earth is the only one out of those that is flat? So the sun not flat, the moon not flat, asteroids are not flat, but the Earth is the only thing that's flat. You have stars that are 10 times larger than the sun, and none of them are flat.
Ain't nothing in space flat. Everything in space conforms to the shape of a sphere. If the only thing that in space is flat, it's been flattened out because it's spinning like the rings around Saturn. But it started out spherical. These folks so slow.
And then the thing about it, the asteroids that are in the belts around those planets, some of them have a spherical shape to them. They're not completely spherical, but they have let's just say a rock shape to them, like you would pick up off the ground. They're shaped like that.
Yeah, they're
not completely spherical, triangular, rectangular, or whatever, but they have curves to them somewhere on them. So you mean to tell me these planets are flat? Oh man, like yo.
Now see, it's like Steve the Steer said, flat Earth equals Bible thumpers, and that's what I've learned. It always boiled down to 99.9% of the time with somebody who believes in a flat Earth is because they not basing it off of what they seeing. Like we talking about all this stuff that like how can like time zones and all the other planets is around. They not using that. They're using the Bible. So they just gonna ignore all this evidence in reality, and they just gonna pick this one ancient book because grandma gave it to them. And the Bible say the Earth is flat. So as far as they're concerned, the Earth is flat. And if they deny that, they so scared of their imaginary God, they look at it like they denying God. You know what I'm saying? So if you probe them long enough, you question them long enough, it's gonna lead back to that Bible. Why you believe the Earth is flat? Because you can't base it off of reality because it ain't fucking flat. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be basing it off of something else. And it's always that damn Bible. Because outside of the Christian religion, you don't see flat earthers like that. Don't nobody believe that shit but these motherfucking Bible thumpers.
Yo, and the other part of that trips me out is you can go order, let's just say a $200 and up telescope. And if you're good or at least somewhat decent at finding planets, you will see a planet from where you're at with a telescope, and you will also see that it's round.
Bro,
how is that? I mean, I did it when I was young. I had a cheap little telescope, and I found like at least 2 planets. I think one of them was Mercury, and the other one was Venus. I think one of the other planets that was closer to us during the rotation. Couldn't really tell what it was, but you could tell it was freaking round. I mean, I didn't know what it was, but I could tell it was round.
You can look at the moon through a telescope. Kwame, what's going on, bro? You can look at the moon through a telescope. If you look at it long enough through the good enough telescope, you will see like stuff going in between the Earth and the moon. You know what I'm saying? And they always
if you got binoculars that are strong enough, I've done it with binoculars too. If you got binoculars that are strong enough, you can still do the same thing.
Yeah, I bet. What's going on, Kwame?
Shoot, nothing, man. My man's. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Oh, what's up? What's up?
My uncle had a pair of like military style binoculars, and I just looked at the moon one time. Dude, the moon showed up like flat screen before flat screens came out. It was just that clear.
Yeah.
Like I could see everything on the moon. I could see the large the large craters, the smaller craters around it. I could see everything on it.
You're looking at it through the telescope, like you could tell that that's a landscape. It really, like looking at it with your naked eye, it looks smooth with like dark spots. But when you look at it through the telescope, you could tell that shit's like hills and dips, and it's a landscape. Yeah. It ain't no fucking small ball like they try to make it seem, or these flat earthers try to make it seem.
Yeah, it really is. Like you can really see. What's the word I'm looking for?
Shoot. Are you scared to call in, or like what's going on? You ain't got a phone? Like, let us know why you can't call in, bro. Because we ain't gonna keep responding to you on the chat like that. You got to call in.
So we got a flat earther, and we got a flat earther in the building.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And he's a subscriber, so you know what I'm saying. I don't want to disrespect him, but I'm trying to get him to call in because he's making some idiotic comments, and I don't want to be going back and forth with no troll. I can't tell if he's trolling or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't disrespecting that person. You just asking a logical question, like just call up and explain your side of the situation. It ain't really that difficult.
Right, man. All we trying to do, man, we just
how you come to your viewpoint or your vantage point of the flat Earth in that sphere of study. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like it ain't that hard to do that.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get a response if you come in here crazy. Like if you come in here respectful and like, look, y'all, this is what I studied, this is what I came across, this is how I view it. Okay, cool. It can be a cool dialogue. Just don't come in here with the arrogance and name calling.
Like the Catholic traditionalist, whatever his name was, coming here with all the disrespect out the gate. Like, bro, I'm asking you simple questions. I asked him like 3 times. I said, what question did you ask?
Last week.
Yeah, he said something like, "Oh, y'all couldn't answer my question last time." I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I still don't know what he was talking about. So I was like, "What question did you ask us that we couldn't answer?" And you wanted to have me again?
I remember that.
Bro, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I just asked you what question.
And you know when you did that, he probably went back.
Respond to the question. At least paraphrase what you're saying. Like ain't nobody gonna be able to answer what you don't even remember asking.
And he probably went back and told his friends, "Oh, see, I made
that call look stupid."
You go ahead, Kwame.
Oh, you don't remember the last time? You don't remember the last time I told you we went to the store? No, I don't remember. How about you tell me? How about you break the whole situation down? Maybe I remember it.
Right.
Man, you still don't remember? You didn't break nothing down. You just saying I don't remember. So what are you talking about?
Exactly.
Like that'd be annoying me, man. Like, come on, just tell me what it is. And you like, I remember when we were sitting on the steps. Yeah, exactly. Like, remember we were sitting on the steps, you was rolling up or whatever. Now I'm talking about,
hey, one time we were sitting on the steps, that type shit.
Okay, I remember this shot. Okay, now I remember the conversation. No, you just was like, remember we were talking about going to the store? You don't remember that? Like, dude, you got to break down more than that, bro. You can't just say that and think somebody gonna remember like right off the top. We done talked about going to the store 100 times, man. Which time is you talking about?
Right.
That part, man. I was watching the video on Flat Earth. What would it be like on a flat Earth?
Like that whole thing be tripping me out, man. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, I was doing the video. Not doing the video, but I was watching the video about flat Earth and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, that's my fine wife walking by. It's all right, babe. Well, I got the camera on. You all right? Yeah, you good. What are you doing? It's all good. But yeah, man. I always ask flat earthers, explain eclipses on a flat Earth. When does the moon get up under the sun to block out the sun? You know what I'm saying?
They always either make up some shit, like they just come up with a whole different theory. They say they just change everything we know about science. They say, well, first of all, the sun is not where you think it is. It's not the size you think it is. It's not even what you think it is. But then we say, well, how you know this? can't tell.
It's your senses tell you the truth. Your senses will tell you. Your senses tell you the truth. What the fuck?
Yeah, we got people that think they Napoleon right now. We call those people crazy and we lock them up because they senses. You fucking idiot.
Exactly. And then you got to look at it like this. Why do flat earthers still say we have flat earthers growing across the globe? Now I told the flat earthers, say that slowly again. Y'all have flat earth communities going across the globe. Say that slowly again. Also, they still call the North Pole the North Pole. Wouldn't it be the center pole? You know what I'm saying?
Check this out. Amelia Earhart. I be doing shit like that. The flat earthers. I just ask, you know who Amelia Earhart is? They never do, of course, because she's the woman that flew around the world. You know. So how you going to explain this whole? She famous. So you telling me this conspiracy going all the way back to 1940, whatever the fuck, when she did this shit. And y'all just now started this shit in what 2012 or something, but they already had this shit plotted way back then to say that the Earth was round. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna make this woman fly around the world to trick y'all. So what? What's the motive to convince us that the Earth is round? And they always say the motive is to take you away from their imaginary sky daddy.
Yeah, but
the whole about that make it crazy. Because if she did, I'm just using a hypothetical. If she did go around this planet and realize it was a flat disc plate, whatever you want to call it, they would not be able to say that she's crazy just off the simple fact that she actually did it.
Right.
Hey, Kwame, we can't hear you, man.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear you, bro.
Kwame got himself
muted. Shit. Hold on. You know what it is, bro? I just realized you can't hear Kwame because I told y'all we doing it on a new thing. Let me see. I don't know if I can get him to hear.
I can hear him.
So yeah, he can hear you, DSA, but you can't hear him.
Oh, okay. Word.
You saying what's up, man?
He said what's up. That's my bad though, because I ain't even realized that. You know, usually I have it on the Streamlabs. And everybody can hear everybody. Right. But tonight I'm using StreamYard. Right. This is my first time using StreamYard, so I don't even know how to make it to where everybody can hear everybody. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I heard about Stream. I done seen a couple people use StreamYard for like huge. I'm saying huge because it's like 6 people in the chat. It'd be all on at once. I've seen them use it for that, but I don't really remember seeing too many people use Streamlabs for it.
Streamlabs, yeah, they do the same thing, you know what I'm saying, but it's just different companies that do the same thing, but they got their pros and cons, you know what I mean. But you remember last week when we had all the technical difficulties and shit, I was like, man, I gotta try something different.
Yeah, I want to do a Bible verse, you know what I'm saying. Well, I was gonna talk about
that whole situation with that had me rolling, man. Because even Kwame was trying to answer the question, he couldn't even answer it.
He was trying to ask him a question.
He was trying to ask him a question about the flat earth stuff, and dude started getting mad. Not the one that called in, the religious dude, but the flat earth dude.
Oh, you talking about the black dude from Dallas that live out here?
Daniel went to 100 on that man trying to answer that question.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I said, where he said he lived.
I was like, look, man, I'm finna drink, man. Y'all, look, you go ahead and deal with that. I'll just jump back on later.
Yeah, for real. I was like, man, yeah. I was hoping to run into him in Dallas, man. Shit.
Man. Cause that stuff will make you mad when people be talking in an absolute sense, but making zero sense.
He wanted Kweli to bring a ball of water into space.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about. DSA, he said he wanted me to bring that ball of water into space. That's what we were just talking about. Like, bro, you want me to do something that's impossible to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm assuming that's not what you was asking me, because we both know that can't be done. And then here's the thing, like, he talking about, show me a large body of water in space conforming to the shape of a ball. You big dummy, don't you know that's called the Earth? You asking me to show you the thing that we debating.
He's
Yo,
he's
I
a
was
brother
trying,
Sanchez. He been
exactly,
fucking
and I
around
was
with brother
trying
Sanchez.
to type it to the chat because I couldn't call in at night. I was trying to type in. I was like, if you think about it, the only other ball that's like that is Pluto. Pluto is made of like of
Water
pure ice
ice.
almost.
Yeah,
Nice.
water ice.
But it has no atmosphere and it's too far away from the sun to heat up. So other than that, that's the only one that you have.
And it's not even a fucking
So
planet.
outside of Earth,
Pluto
I
ain't a
mean,
planet.
compared to how people do, it, the scientists do it. They say it's a planet, then they say it's not a planet, then they say it's a planet, then they say it's not a planet. Okay, I'm just gonna
it's
call it
not
a
though.
planet.
The reason why it's confusing. Let me clear that up for anybody that's listening too. But the reason why Pluto was thought to be a planet was because using the technology that they had, they didn't see all of the other Pluto-like bodies out there. All they saw was Pluto because it was the closest one. So they thought it was a planet, right? Then they got a higher power telescope and they saw, oh shit, it's 100,000 Plutos. If that's a planet, we're gonna have 100,000 planets. So it's easier to say that Pluto's not a planet and there's 8 planets than to say there's 100,009 planets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. They misclassified Pluto the first time. So it ain't like science goes around changing their mind. They learned that, oh, we was wrong, and then they correct themselves. It's not like religion where they just keep pretending that they right. If they found out they was wrong, they say, hey, we thought this shit was a planet, but it turned out it's not. It's just one of those things that's in the asteroid belt, and it's just a really big rock. It's a real big one, but it's not the only one. And there's other ones out there that's bigger than Pluto, but they just farther away.
Yeah, you got Sharon. You got
Right. And the funny thing about that is when they declassified it, I think it was around 2009, 2012. Then they reclassified it as a planet.
A dwarf
that was
planet.
the last time I heard anything on. Yeah, a dwarf planet. Right, a dwarf planet. Right.
But that's just to
Wait,
satisfy. That's just to satisfy people.
Yeah, Sharon is the body that orbits with Pluto. Sharon.
It don't really matter what you call the shit. That's just the way we classify it. They all the same, but it's just about a matter of size, really. But they are the same.
Right.
Remnants of the sun when the sun formed. That's what's left over. All these planets and asteroids and moons and stuff.
Bro, look, I want to show y'all something. Look,
Kwame about to show us something right quick. DSA. Go ahead, Kwame.
Just to prove that Jesus. Okay,
I'm gonna put myself on mute right quick.
Okay, so just to prove that our fellow Christians or whatever, they're worshiping the sun god. I don't know if y'all can see this clearly, but in this picture, look closely. Why does Jesus have a sun disk around his head? Even in this one, he has a sun disk. Y'all look.
Symbolism for those who are woke enough to catch it.
Yeah. Let's go over some Bible verses. Let's start with the Old Testament. We're gonna start with Psalms 84:11, and I'm gonna show it to y'all. Sorry, should be good.
Hey, while he look for that, I want to remind everybody that we're still doing the reverse collection plate. So at some point in time tonight during this stream, somebody will be chosen to receive the entire amount of the money that we got sent in. So if you want to participate, all you got to do is send $1 to $ Atheist Church on Cash App. That's $ Atheist Church. And if you send the $1, we're gonna write your name down and we're gonna add it to the raffle. And then the computer is going to randomly pick one of those names, and we're gonna send all of the money to that one person. We do this every week. So if you want to participate, go ahead and get your donation in. You still got time.
Oh, they moved it to 12. For a sun and shield is the Lord and God. Watch. I'm gonna put it up here for y'all. Actually, they moved it to 85. Psalms 84:5. It said, for the Lord, for a sun and shield is the Lord. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It said, for a sun and shield is the Lord, bestowed all grace and glory. The Lord withholds no good things from those who walk without reproach. So if the Bible is saying that God is the sun, that should tell y'all where they got the damn story from. Let's go to Malachi Let's go to Malachi 4:2. Because today is what? Today is Sunday, right? So y'all go to sunrise service, y'all go to Sunday school, you go to revival, all this other stuff. What does this all mean? Y'all ask. All it is the rise and fall of the sun. They say he gonna come back in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Every eye will see him, every knee will bow, every eye will see him. We all see the sun, right? You know what I'm saying? So shoot. This damn book. I don't even know why I got this version of the Bible. But Malachi 4:2, they even got the book of Maccabees in here. I didn't even know that. I should be a lot quicker with this shit. I should have had this shit ready, but yeah. So for you Christians, y'all take communion, right? That's the next verse I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go to John chapter 54. John chapter 6, verse 54. Man, where's the book of Malachi? The book of Malachi ain't in this. Hey, you got a screen share on here, Kweli?
Yeah, you can share the screen.
Oh, okay. See, that's why. See, I'm gonna have to do it that way then. I don't know if I can actually. Okay. Yeah, DSA, tell DSA to go ahead, man, because this book is weird. I need another Bible. Because this book is fucking weird. This is the New American St. Joseph Edition Bible. So and it has a lot of shit moved around. And also I want to show y'all a symbol too. Why is there a hand reaching down for the wheel of the zodiac? So when y'all look at that right there, that's called the zodiac wheel. This is the equinoxes and solstices, right? Mm-hmm. Why is that? You see what I'm saying? Why is that? That's because, in the course of a year, the sun travels through the 12 constellations. Jesus had 12 disciples. You know what I'm saying? He had 12 disciples that walked with him. You know what I'm saying? Matthew, Mark, and Luke. This book is so fucking weird. Oh, yeah. And they make it a point for Jesus to be white. So, and look again, another sun disc.
And the sun always behind him.
Yeah, another sun disc.
That's because Jesus is not a real character. He's not a real person. Jesus is a personification of the sun. The sun walks on water. Have y'all ever been to an ocean and watch the sun sit down? Yeah. Look at this. So you Hebrew Israelites, you nigga brews, you mean tell me this is y'all savior?
Be respectful.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, man, bro, the Romans, bro. Look at the Romans. But how the fuck the Romans get to damn Galilee anyway? How the fuck they get there?
Because the thing that's tripping me out about that type of situation is that people from those times, when magnificent things happened, or things that weren't explained, it was instantly considered a god.
Look, another sun disc. Oh, on this side. Yeah, another sun disc, y'all.
I mean, ain't nobody really mad at the people who came up with the idea. It's just the fact that once you find out the truth about the situation, like, why are you still running with it?
Look at this shit. Holy Trinity. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Look at this shit. I think that's it. Now it's Moses, dumbass. And then I don't know who the fuck that nigga is. But, yeah, look at this. Come on, man. The Bible is really telling y'all who this guy is.
I'm trying not to overtalk on it because I see he pulling up some info.
Look, why does his mama have a sun disc around her? Yeah. Did anybody know about that? Yeah, his own mama have a sun disc. I bet he like, bitch, get out of my goddamn way. I'm trying to talk. Oh, here go another astrological figure, Aquarius. There go Aquarius, right there.
The water bear.
Right there. There go Aquarius, right there. Let's pull up a scripture real quick. Luke 22:10. We're going to go Luke 22:10. If you turn in your Bibles, let me know when y'all got it. We're going to go Luke 22:10. And I'm going to show y'all where it talks about Aquarius. I'm going to read that real quick. Luke 22:10. You got it, Kweli? If you got to say amen. All right, Luke 22:10. Let's see. Luke 22:10. Where is it? Yeah, this thing is written differently. And they ask him, verse 9. They ask him, "Where do you want us to make the preparations?" He answered, When you go into the city, a man will meet you carrying a jar of water, or pitcher of water in the King James Version. Follow him into the next house that he enters, and say it to the masters of the house. No, and say to the masters of the house, the teacher says to you, where is the guest room, where I may eat and the Passover with my disciples? He will show you a large upper room that is furnished. Make preparations there. Verse 13. Then they went off and found each other exactly as he told them, and there the day and there they prepared the Passover. So I know in the King James Version it says a lot different. Like I said, this is the New American Bible edition. I got this from a Peckerwood, so I don't know why he gave me this one. I'm used to reading the King James because it makes more sense. But in Luke 22:10, well, verse 9 through I read through 13, when he said go into the room, when you look at the zodiac wheel, the sun is in the middle. I'm gonna go back to showing y'all this. So you're looking at the cross of the zodiac. So the sun is on the cross. You know what I'm saying? And the cross is really called the crux, the southern crux. So every December 21st, the sun goes down off the crux and it rises again. So in Luke 22:10, it was talking about Aquarius going to the next house, going to the city. You'll see a man carrying a pitcher of water. You'll see a man carrying a pitcher of water. And I just showed y'all who the man in the picture. It was Aquarius.
Hold on.
Yeah. Hey,
hold on. I want to answer Julian right quick.
All right.
Julian put in the chat, no, I don't want. But if you don't believe in God, I respect you. But please respect everyone's belief. I know y'all could probably see it in the chat, but I'm just going to speak it. Look, ain't nobody disrespecting nobody believes. But the whole thing about it is, when you have belief systems that have started atrocities amongst people on the planet, there is a problem, regardless of how you look at it. There is a serious problem. People will say God gave them the ability or let them have free will. You have the ability to not do some of the things that your so-called God or gods have told you to do. You don't have to go rape, pillage, and kill people. You don't have to do that. But in the name of a God, you choose to do so just to think that you're going to be okay and be rewarded in the afterlife. Therefore, have that same God take stuff from you that's even in the Bible. Oh, he did it the wrong way because he thought this way was better. He gave him free will, didn't he? So why did he get punished for doing something the way that he thought would be okay?
And Julian,
that'd be the part that be irking me.
Oh, you go ahead, finish your sentence, bro.
No, I was just about to say that'd be the part that be irking me. Y'all get mad and say God gave people free will, but when people use their free will, they still get punished for it. Like, that don't make any sense.
So it really ain't
I think
free.
You know the story that I'm talking.
Yeah,
exactly.
but you're talking about
it's not free at all. If your God tell you, look, I want you to go in here and slaughter everything, but put this aside but take this and sacrifice it to me. Okay, I'll go in here and slaughter everything, put some of it to the side, and maybe add a little more to it. But just because I added a little more because I'm thinking that's going to please you, I get punished for it? Come on, man.
And what I would say to you, Julian, it ain't about respecting nobody's beliefs. Why do we have to respect somebody's beliefs? See, that's an idea that people put out so that they can do fucked up shit and you can't question them about it, because somebody's beliefs is what made motherfuckers fly planes into the Twin Towers and kill 2,000 people that day. Yep. Beliefs is what make motherfuckers commit mass suicide. So I don't got to respect nobody's beliefs if their beliefs are harmful and idiotic. That's why on my channel I expose all that harmful and idiotic shit, and I try to do it in a funny, entertaining way, because half of these motherfuckers got attention span the size of a squirrel's. But really all I do is show these motherfuckers that these church people and these preachers ain't who you think they are. So I don't got to respect everybody's beliefs. So when you say you believe in God, now if you believe in God quietly in your home, cool, I respect your beliefs. But when you start to bring that shit out and you start to try to tell other people that they should believe in God too, and you start to give credit to the shit that don't exist and perpetuate this false narrative. Because see, this is my problem with people having these false beliefs, like in God and stuff. It seems like it's all cool, but wouldn't it be better if you believed the fucking truth? If you had an accurate view of the world, couldn't you better maneuver through it? It's common fucking sense. So if the truth is there is no God, Why would you be on the side of something that's not true just because you want to believe it? I can believe that I'm 9 feet tall, but when I go to the recruiter at the NBA and I tell him I believe I'm 9 feet tall, he gonna say I don't give a fuck. Are you 9 feet tall? He don't gotta respect my belief. That shit is stupid.
Exactly.
I respect people, but I don't respect people's beliefs if their beliefs don't make no fucking sense or they don't conform with reality. That's what I respect. I respect reality, and that's what you should respect, Julian. But if you disagree, I advise you to call in and tell me why I'm wrong.
Hey, prime example on that. You remember hearing about the group of people that was in a cult, and it was the comet Hale-Bopp, I think, that was coming by and it was thinking it was gonna crash into the planet and kill people or take their souls to another realm or whatnot, and they drank this punch that had poison in it and it killed the whole cult.
I think I know what you're talking about. Is that the not Marilyn Manson? What is his name?
Nah, it was the other dude. He was like really into some religious type stuff, but instead of him believing in the biblical God that people know about, he was believing in this comet that comes around like once every 500 or every 1,000 years or something to that extent. I really don't remember. But he had all these people, men, women, and children, I think.
You talking about this comet?
Punch that was spiked with I want to say arsenic. I could be wrong, but it was spiked with some type of poison.
Cyanide.
And people.
He talking about Jim Jones. He talking about Jim Jones.
Jim Jones trying to get them out of there. Jim Jones. Yeah. Jim Jones got these people's minds so warped that they believe when they died, their soul was gonna hitch a ride on this comet and travel the universe and go or something like that, and go into another realm and pretty much do what they want to do, like become gods in a sense. That's what be making atheists, not saying that particular incident, but I'm saying in the aspect of that sort of thought process is what makes an atheist. You believe, not atheists, but people believe that if you follow this doctrine, you're going to go to a special realm and do certain things that you couldn't do here. That's harmful because you will do things out of the ordinary to try to get there, just to possibly find out that that's not where you're going.
Yeah, that's part of the scam. The same scam of Scientology and Christianity. They just dress it up different. Promise you, they use it's a double marketing system where they give you some promises of a reward and a threat of some type of punishment. But the catch is you got to die before you find out if you get the reward or the punishment.
Before you get there.
So all your whole life you doing they bidding because you think, oh, when I die I'm gonna get this, or I don't want to have this happen when I die, so let me do this. So you just be a good little slave, or you do be a good little worshiper, and you ain't living your life. You praying 5 times a day and shit, like dude that Kwame was talking about at his job, where you were saying dude had a line out the door, he praying and shit.
Yeah, I had to people. It's a long line.
I was in one of them countries. Muslims do that dead serious, bro. They do that 5 times a day. They do it before the sun come up. They do it a few hours after the sun come up. I think they do it at noon. They do it right before the sun go down, and they do it when the sun go down. Like I seen them like clockwork. Every day they was doing it.
Yeah, they living your life on your knees. I couldn't. What is wrong with these folks?
Exactly. I had to basically stop the whole store. It was a line, people waiting to cash their check, and this nigga up here praying and shit.
I don't understand that, man. I started realizing certain things years ago, like, why am I to be considered worthless praying to this deity that created me, but I'm supposed to be precious? And then on top of that, if I'm supposed to be precious,
no mistakes. He made no mistakes.
Why is it that a third of his angels had the choice to have an uprising against him for believing us to be so precious? But we're fragile and we're built flawed. Like, I don't understand.
But he made no mistake. Though.
You build me jacked up, hope that I do something damn near impossible or impossible, because nobody's gonna be perfect. Regardless of the things that's going on, let's just say none of this stuff was going on the way that it is, as far as being manipulated and controlled by, let's just say, secret societies or governments or whatnot. Let's just say none of that existed. We would still be flawed. We would still fall short. And it's like, God wants you to fall short for what? So you can believe in Him. Why? Why would you build me flawed just to believe in you? How about you come holler at me? Exactly. How about you come talk to me?
Yeah.
And let
like
me
clearly.
see you, walk with you, talk with you, and you show me what it is so I can be a better person. Nah, you ain't gonna do that. You're gonna show yourself to a select group of people, just like in the Bible. You're gonna show yourself to a select group of people, get them to go tell everybody else, and you want everybody else to believe them, but society at that point in time, and even now, will tell you out your mind for saying you seen God and God told you to go do this. Or you seen the devil and the devil told you to do this. Or an angel told you to go do this. And if you go carry out that task that angel or that devil told you or that demon told you to do, you're going to go to an insane asylum. Even if you didn't hurt anybody. Let's just say the angel told you, look, if you go climb this church, I'm going to come get you. I'm going to come out the sky or materialize in front of you and come get you. As you're climbing that building, they're going to come get you, put you in one of them I Love Me jackets, a.k.a. the straight jacket, and put you in one of them padded rooms and dope you up.
Well, hold on, DSA, because apparently Julian is new to the channel because he's talking about y'all should do some research. He don't know that that's pretty much all the fuck we do. So the only way you can start out growing up in the church and becoming a non-believer, like most of 85% of the subscribers on this channel, is if you do some research. You don't just decide one day that, you know what, I don't think I want to believe that no more. No, nigga, you do some research and you find out that, oh, some stuff I used to believe not really true. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, I used to believe in Santa Claus. Then I found out about more information. So you should take your own advice, Julian. And when you wake up and you find out that, you know, you was wrong about the religion and the God thing, we're not gonna be sour to you and be like, I told you so. No, we're gonna be like, welcome. Now you get it. Now you see why we was the way we were. Exactly. Now you see why we do shit like start whole YouTube channels and shows to try to spread this awareness, because when you get out of that shit, you can see the harm in it. It's like being in a bad relationship. You can't really see that how bad a relationship is until you get out of it. You be like, damn, I can't believe, you know what I'm saying, I was putting up with that shit. Like, what the fuck? I ain't have to put up with that.
And you know, I feel like the belief in the God.
Hold on, DSA, let Kwame get in right quick. I know you can't hear me. You about to say something.
No, I won't say. I feel like the belief in the. Oh no, you can hear me. Okay, that's good. I had log back in. What's up, DSA, man? I was like, you know, saying what's up and everything to you. I feel like a belief in this God, you know, the Bible or whatever. It's like an abusive relationship. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to basically like see yourself as a filthy rag, worthless. You know what I'm saying? You're sinful. Baby, you can come on, baby. They can't see you for being goofy. Okay, so you're supposed to basically see yourself as sinful, filthy rag. You know what I'm saying? You're you know, there's nothing good about you, but God loves you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that what what's that comedian called? Name?
George Carlin.
Yeah, George Carlin. He said he want to send you to a place where you're gonna burn, cry, smoke, and all this other shit, but he loves you. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, how can this God say that he loves you, but in his book you ain't shit?
Right.
Like, bitch, you ain't shit. You ain't a goddamn thing. You don't mean nothing to me. But, man, I want you to kiss my ass, lick my balls, and all the other shit. If you don't do that, I'm going to send you to hell for not doing so. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't kissing my ass, you ain't going to church on Sunday, giving the preacher your money so he can give me my cut. You know what I'm saying? It's pimping, man. It's really pimping. This God is a pimp. He pimping.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
You go ahead, DSA.
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
Oh. I was just gonna add on a little change to what you were saying. When it comes down to being in a relationship, it's exactly right. Male or female. If a female is in an abusive relationship, she ain't gonna really see what it is until somebody help her realize what it is, and then she actually pull herself out. And for a dude to be in a manipulative relationship, same situation, he ain't gonna realize until he get out of it. Like, dang, like you just said, I was going through this and I didn't even have to go that route. It applies to a lot of things. And I'll just say religion, for instance. You're not really going to see what it is until you hear other information outside of that. I'm not saying negative information that's bashing it. I'm just saying eye-opening information. Prime example, Ray Hagen. He's reading from the Bible and telling you what it is saying. He's not pulling it out of his behind. He's not pulling it out of thin air, making it stuff up. He's reading it from the Bible. He's telling you the pages and the verses and the chapters to go to see it for yourself. So you can't say you don't know what he's talking about when he's pulling it from the Bible.
Look, the sun disk.
Right. Well, I mean, these folks be disagreeing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how you can disagree with something so plainly. It's cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying? I think I talked about it last week or the week before that. With cognitive dissonance, indoctrination, and not fucking with science, that triple threat combined, oh man, you believe anything. Because if you don't fuck with science, you don't know what's really going on. You got cognitive dissonance, so you're gonna be believing two different things that contradict each other at the same time. So you're really delusional, and then you indoctrinated from a baby, pretty much, from people that you love. So you trust them. So it's almost like when somebody like Ray Hagen's come to you and tell you something different. That's why people like Julian get so offended by hearing the truth, because it's like you basically calling his mama and his grandma a liar. But your mama and your grandma just didn't know no better, you know what I'm saying? But you take so much offense to it, because it's like, you ain't calling my mama a liar. But I mean, shit, dog. 2 plus 2 is 4. If your mama says 5, sorry for you.
Yeah, Julius, man, you're more than welcome to call into our show, man. And please explain to us why you feel the way you feel, man. 'Cause I think, you know what I'm saying, us telling you about your supposed beliefs is basically, it struck a nerve to you, brother. So you're more than welcome to come in and build with us, man, because obviously you're interested. See, I think when Christians or people that are religious call into the show, they're curious, bro. They want to know why they believe, but then at the same time, they want to defend their beliefs against us. You see what I'm saying? They're curious. They're like, why do these black people not believe in, you know what I'm saying, this our religion, or why they atheists, and why they do this, why they this? Yo, you curious. So if you really want to know,
when I go to the so-called conscious community with the black people,
right?
They think atheism is the white thing. They like, how you gonna be part of the white thing? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it ain't got nothing to do with that. You know,
I spoke to Sarnetto. Sarnetto, like, bro, I said, bro, atheism.
I never heard that.
Oh man, I
get Sarnetto. I take that back.
Yeah, Sarnetto.
Yeah, I haven't heard it as much. I'll say that.
Yeah, man, they think it's a, so that's why people like brother Reggie, the week I had him on, he was saying, oh, I'm not an atheist because of this, and I'm not an atheist because of that. So I just asked him, I was like, so you saying you believe in God then? He's like, no. Well, what the fuck,
bro? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I was only use that word because that comes from the Greeks. I'm like, okay, well, what does it mean? Atheist. We speak English. But if that's the case, you might as well shut the fuck up, because you speaking a white man language. We speaking English right now.
You ain't lying.
So you know what I'm saying? You can't be like, oh, I want to use that word because it came from a white man. We speaking English, motherfucker.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. When you look at Roman letters here, it's basically.
I had a dude mad at me one day because I told him he was speaking bastardized English. He was like, "So what you trying to say?" I said, "If you go to England, they don't speak nothing like us. I've been in England. They don't talk like us."
Oh.
Trevor Noah, he said that in his comedy show. I love comedians because they tell the truth, and they one of the last art forms where you can tell the truth. So Trevor Noah was saying like, y'all, he came to America. He's like, y'all ain't speaking real English. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all speak something else. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we say like orange and it's pronounced orange. Like it's spelled.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we all fucked up and backwards and shit. But that's just because the language is so stupid. English already is a mixture of other languages, so it's the language that don't make no fucking sense. Just like what I forget what his name was, but Buddy was saying about the flat Earth. It's called the airplane, not an air curve. I'm like, bro, I can't even respond to that because you talking about an English language like that shit got anything to do with the definition of the word. The language come from another language. It don't come from what the word means. You ass white.
I'm finna do a little Bible comedy now. Today is the you know they do communion on the first and third Sunday, right? So I think this is the third Sunday or the second Sunday. This would be the first Sunday because the first was on a Monday or something like that. So I think this is the first Sunday. So they do communion, right? Everybody know what communion is, right? Say amen. Okay, so I'm finna give y'all a little comment. This is coming from the book of John, chapter 6, 51 through 56. Now I'm gonna read it one way. I'm gonna read it one way, and I'm gonna read it slowly. So hopefully, you Christians out there listening to this YouTube channel will get the gist of what I'm saying. Then I'm gonna read it another way and see if y'all will still take communion. Let's do this. John chapter 6, verse 51 through 57. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Whoever eats this bread will live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh for life, for the life of the world. The Jews, verse 52, the Jews quarreled among themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? Jesus said to them, amen, amen, which is Egyptian sun god. I say to you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you do not have life within you. Whosoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him on the last day. For my flesh is true food, and my blood is true drink. Whosoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remain in me, and I in him. All right. So, damn, where everybody go? Oh, what the fuck happened? Shit, what the fuck happened? Kweli. Oh.
Yo, can you hear me? Check, microphone check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You hear me? All right, man. I apologize, man. I had some technical difficulties. Once again, it wasn't my computer this time. But let me see if I can get my my folks back in the building. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, so Kwame and DSA, we back on. Y'all can rejoin the stream. DSA, you can join, or you can call in. All right, we got Gamba Obasi. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, it is. That's right.
All right, sir. What you got for us tonight? What you believe in and why?
I'm fascinated by you guys' show. I've been listening for like a month now, and I'm not a Christian or Muslim, but I associate with Muslims. I know them. And I'm trying to break away from it because I don't believe that crap anymore. The Arab slave trade and all that. And
you learn too much. That's what happened when you learn too much. The religion you can't accept it no more. It's almost like you was in the Matrix and then you took that pill. Now you can't believe in the fake shit no more.
No, you can't. I'm not an atheist. Something is looking out for me. Something.
Okay, I can dig it. Why you feel like something's looking out for you?
Because I made so many errors. I've gotten so much sometimes, and I've gotten off like that. And I've done things that could have gotten me into bigger trouble. I mean, I'm not a criminal mastermind or nothing. I've done things that caused me to get into trouble. That could got me into a lot of trouble, got me years in prison. And something is looking out for me. Something. I don't know. Maybe you're right. So maybe.
I will ask you. I guess the thing that's looking out for you. Why isn't it looking out for the people that got caught? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
So what you're saying is whatever this thing is that's looking out for you is playing favorites.
Maybe so. I don't know. That's why I listen to you guys.
It's cool, you know what I'm saying? And there's really no right or wrong answer because I'm asking you what you believe. You know what I'm saying? It's not about.
I believe in this African spirituality. That's what I believe.
All right.
They tell
Peace, my
you,
brother.
that you're your own God. Because like a God, man has the ability to create and destroy. So you're your own God primarily in that particular stuff. Skepticism is what I'm learning more about it.
I used to like speak like that, but the reason why I don't anymore is because I think that the reason why people say stuff like we are our own gods is kind of a soft way to admit that the God that they used to believe in is not real, but they kind of still have this attachment to the word. So they say, oh, I'm the God. But at the end of the day, I didn't create the universe, and you didn't create the universe. So when we talk about God, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the creator of the universe. And when I say I'm an atheist, that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that I don't believe that the universe was created by anything. I think the universe always existed.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need a creator. So that's what I mean when I say there is no God. So I think we would do better to say, there is no God than to say we're our own God. Because to say we're our own God still, that's almost like saying I'm my own tooth fairy, or I do magic with my hard work. But why would you talk like that? Magic is not real. The tooth fairy is not real. God's not real. So
and not only that, man, when people say, the whole we're our own God, and even in Psalms 82 6, it talk about believe the year of God, your children are the most high. That's basically kind of like insinuating that, to the Christians, like, hey, there is nothing above you. There's only God in you. You are your God. You're your own creator. You create your own destiny. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where they're getting that from. I think that's what they're insinuating, when they read that verse. But the thing is, like you said, there's no God in you or outside of you. You're basically a human being. Now, when you look at the etymology of the word God, it means to invoke or pour out libation. That's all God means. I was talking to my wife last night. I said, babe, the word God only means to invoke or pour out libation. We invoke life and we pour out the libations of creation. You see what I'm saying? So we create life. You know what I'm saying? Look, if I wasn't working, me and her wouldn't have this damn house. God ain't gonna come down the sky with a goddamn money order talking about, hey, go pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck? So we doing this shit ourselves. God ain't doing shit because God don't exist. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will say like Infudigi, Reggie, or somebody else would say, yeah, we are our own guys. See, I think they don't want to. Okay, so with Sarnetta, Reggie, and all the conscious community, they don't want to get away from the spirituality of African people. So I think they still want to try to segue God into it. Like, okay, we don't believe in a European God, but we don't want to use the European word atheist either. Make up your mind, bro. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? You can't use a European word. Actually, it's a Germanic term. It's a Germanic term.
I didn't mean God like that. I mean more like a Netter or
Neteru, yeah. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the brothers in the conscious community that Kweli was talking about. He was talking about they don't want to use the word term atheist, but they still use the term God, which is a Germanic term. You know what I'm saying? So they got to make up their mind. You see what I'm saying? You can't still use.
Mm-hmm. You said your father?
Yeah, my father. He was. And,
that's good, man.
I had a close relationship with him because he was forced into Christianity as a child. They forced him to go to church. He's like a devout Christian to this day.
I think we all forced into our religion as a child because no child decides, hey, I want to go to church. Some of them might like. I remember some kids that say, oh, I like going to church. But it's usually because they like dressing up or they like the music or something, not because they into the religion.
Or they see the little sexy the little fine little girl they got. Because I ain't
the church's daughter. The preacher's daughter. The pastor's daughter.
Yeah, that's it.
Gotta be bad.
See, my old lady's a PK. My old lady's a preacher's kid, but she's starting to wake up and listen to me a little bit. She a PK. You know what I'm saying? But she was asking me questions. She was like, babe, why you don't believe in God? I said, well, it depends on what you call God, babe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it stopped her. She like, Then she started saying, well, a lot of this stuff don't make sense. She said she was forced to sing. My wife got a beautiful voice. She was forced to sing in the choir. She hated going, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But what it was, I think for us, we go to church for the entertainment because we are a spiritual people. When you look back into Africa, we beat drums and all this other stuff. So that's why Ray Hagen, do you see that video where Ray Hagen's like, he was like playing the music and stuff and how everybody was getting into it? Yeah. So that's why we go to church. Yeah. But as soon as the music stopped, everybody else stopped. But then as soon as music started playing again,
I wish I could have. Go ahead. Gamble.
He's got a YouTube channel. He talks about vibration and energy and African spirituality and all. That's how I got the real Markaba. He talks about.
Oh, I like Merkaba.
Information. He dope, man. Real Merkaba. I tried to reach out to him. I couldn't find a new contact for him. But if you listen to Real Merkaba, man, you can come on the show anytime you want to, bro. So I folks with Real Merkaba. He give a lot of good information.
Also, I'm trying to get Atheist Rant to come on too. I just text Atheist Rant and I just sent him the live stream. So we might be having a guest atheist tonight. Atheist BAR. We call him Bar. Black Atheist Rant. So I'm waiting on him to come on. But yeah, the Real Merkaba, man, that's how I became conscious. 2014, 2013, bro, I always had questions. I told my wife, I said, baby, you never had questions? She said, yeah, I've had questions, but she was afraid of not believing. That's the problem. They're afraid. They think the fall.
I went through that phase, that fear phase.
Yeah. They think the fall is 90 feet when it's only 2 inches. It's only 2 inches, y'all. Let go. It's time to let go.
For real. Oh, I wouldn't even call it a fall. I would call it a rise, because religion is primitive. You know what I'm saying? That's what they used when they didn't have a real explanation for how the universe operated and where things came from. They didn't know, so they made up these gods. And
this is what the Hebrew Israelites value this shit. Somebody just made that shit.
I can't tell what it is.
It's a cave, bro. Like, look, what is it?
Oh, okay.
Can you read it? This is what the Hebrew Israelites, especially Captain Tazariak, if you're listening, Captain Tazariak, GMS, GOCC, this is what y'all glorify, a fucking hole in the goddamn y'all nigga brews, y'all, oh my goodness.
That primitive shit, bro.
Primitive. They proud of this shit. They rather get rid of Africa for this. It's a goddamn desert, man. It's a damn desert. Africa got so many minerals and resources and shit.
Hey, bro, and they've been plundering Africa for 1,000 years now. They still doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think all this religion shit is really about. You know what I'm saying? It's tied into the separation of Africa, making Africa all these different nations and shit instead of one landmass. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in the past it was just upper and lower. There wasn't no all these 300 countries and all that
First
bullshit.
6-3.
And now the Chinese moving in, taking over Africa and all that shit. And that's where most of all the Earth's resources are. It's a very rich landmass, you know what I'm saying? Despite the fact that we black. But it's just like they want to save the whales and save the polar bears. What about save the Africans?
Yeah, exactly. Or bless Israel. Like, what the fuck? Look, I wish my dad would call him. My dad, look, my pops, my biological father, he's a Hebrew Israelite. He claimed that he's a Hebrew. We had a talk about this Bible on Saturday, like, you know, and I'm like, Dad, but you finna go to work though. You about to go to work, but you talking about being a Hebrew on Saturday, you know, I had some issues with my son. I forgot to actually wish him a happy Father's Day, which he don't care. I don't care either. I got a lot of, you know, happy Father's Day thing coming up or whatever, but I don't really care about it. It's all paganism really to me. But the thing is, for my dad to claim that he's a Hebrew Israelite and he talking about getting a shirt with fringes, talking about Jude, I said, Pops, man, dog, we not Hebrews, bro. Where you getting this from? You know what I'm saying? He said, well, it's in the Bible, man. I'm like, Dad, man, you got to call into my show one day. My dad know I'm a non-believer, but me and my dad, we still got a tight relationship. My dad is still tight to me, man, but he know that I don't believe that bullshit. But the fact of the matter that he's still saying that we're Israelites, and he still called Esau the white man. I'm like, bro, how you gonna have two people with the same bloodline but they different? Right. How you gonna have two with the same bloodline but they different? Like, it don't make sense.
So you got one white son, one black son, and they different races. I don't get it, man. I told my father the same thing. He asked me, I can't remember what he asked me. But I was like, bro, just call the show. Call the show, see how that work out for you. He said, what you gonna do? He was like, what you gonna do if somebody asks you this, or ask you that? Like I wasn't prepared to answer the question. I was like, I don't know, Dad. Why don't you call the show and ask me and see how it work out for you?
Your pops believe he a Hebrew too? He think that?
Oh no. I don't really know exactly what he believed, but as far as I know, I think he just a non-conforming searcher. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of in the limbo. You know what I mean?
But this is what gets me, man. I'm gonna let the guest speaker talk, but I'm gonna ask the guest speaker something. Do you ever have people that come to you talking about like the Hebrews? Oh, we not Christians, but you believe in a Christian book. Like that don't make sense. How you not a Christian when you going by a Christian book?
They've done that.
I need to go ahead, brother.
Yeah, but where you from? Are you from the United States?
Yeah. I'm from. Yeah, I just changed my name to an African one.
Oh, me too. You know what I'm saying? Good job.
Me too. Yeah, Kwame. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from that tribe. You know.
We were given names that don't belong to our culture. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Chinese person named Bob Stanley.
There's a lot of Chinese named Bob.
The Chinese people like.
That's a lot.
Yeah, man.
Go on the nail salon. Hello, my name is Bob. I'm here to serve you. What do you want lambskin condoms? You know, type shit. We got the lambskin condoms over there. The tiger penis.
Them motherfuckers dissolve.
Thank you.
Them motherfuckers dissolve in the pussy, man.
Well, try the tiger skin condoms. Very durable.
I changed my name to an African name too. I chose my name, and I advise everybody to do. I think we should get the option to do that, like when you turn 18 or 21. That's good. And do you want to change your name, like when you get your license or some shit? Because you don't get to choose your name, and like,
bro, you can.
You get a dumb name. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I hated my name.
Now I ain't gonna lie, Kweli. I'm not a Moor, but I fuck with the Moors, and I've learned so much about law that I can help people. I'm helping a felony case right now. I help people get out of traffic tickets, child support, all that other bullshit. Now I fuck with the Moors. I just don't agree with their ideology. You know what I'm saying? But they are very smart in law. So if you ever want to change your name, because I'm gonna change my name to Kwame Ramesu because of the tribe that I come from, because I'm from West Africa.
Yeah, I want to legally change my name. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of my slave name, as I call it.
I got a person I want you to call. He's not gonna even charge you, bro. He ain't charging me. All you gotta do is authenticate your birth certificate. Keep the birth certificate that you're named under. That's your trust. Can't nobody give you a traffic ticket or nothing. If they do, you can sue them. See what I'm saying? So them Moors, they smart as fuck, but I don't agree with their ideology because, and I feel like they some goddamn undercover Christians. And is Muslims too. That's why I don't agree with that shit. They want to say hotep, get the unk and everything, but y'all still going by the Bible, my nigga. What the fuck? How you gonna say hotep to me, but then you going by the fucking Bible? Knowing I follow Kemet. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got the IRI. See,
say what now?
Well, I'm from Indiana originally, Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I done triggered some Moors, man. I think some Moors done heard that shit. They probably about to call shit. But it's okay though, man. You know, that's already, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I my whole thing about it, like, I got the same problem I got with the Moors and the Hebrews, is because it promotes this separatism. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we
got to be black first. So that's the problem, because the problem is everybody that is a problem to the black people, like as far as police brutality, systemic racism, and credit card redlining, whatever you want to focus on, that's a problem for black people. They look at us as a group. They don't see a black person go, oh, that's the Moors, or that's the Hebrews, or that's the Christians. No, nigga. So
but you know what, man?
Until we look at ourselves as a group, we ain't never gonna overcome those shit, because we are separate. But everybody that's trying to fight us is looking at us as like we are together. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So that's why I don't like belonging to no group or no shit like that, because it's like everybody's never gonna agree. You know what I mean? Especially if you're basing your shit off of a book that can be interpreted in 2,000 different ways.
Exactly. Hey, Kweli, before I get to the back to the Bible verse I was trying to read, I'm gonna say this, man, and I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me. I think a couple of years ago when the Nigga Brews was reading. They was on a corner right in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm from Fort Worth. They was reading this whole Bible bullshit. Read your Bible. They were doing all that shit. So I come over there and challenge them. Guess what? Guess what happened, bro? Them niggas called the police. They called Fort Worth PD on me. Fort Worth PD made me leave, bro, so they can proselytize that bullshit. And I'm like, I talked to Hebrew. I said, well, why me as a Kemetic brother? I got moved away by Fort Worth PD, but they still let the Nigga Brews preach on the corner. You know why? Because they know black people are lost. That's why I got removed by Fort Worth PD, threatened to get arrested. My freedom got threatened. You know what I'm saying? They told me, well, if you don't leave, well, we gotta arrest you, you know what I'm saying, for violating they human rights to practice religion. Really? And I'm up here asking questions. So you had one of them, and they was ISUPK. It was ISUPK. ISUPK almost had me arrested.
They probably just you know what I'm saying, the cop probably just wanted to dispel the confrontation and you know what I'm saying, didn't have time to really go, okay, you right and you wrong. So he just wanted to do the quickest thing to get the shit separated, you know what I'm saying, because they know that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? I know how them Hebrew niggas is. So I imagine I wasn't even there. I imagine you went over there and asked some questions and the niggas got loud and made a scene. You know what I'm saying? So
and this is the funny part about it. I was in uniform, bro. You know I do armed security. I do armed security, and I still got my freedom threatened. They gonna call me a coon for having a badge, but y'all call the actual police on me.
Yeah, but you called the protect and serve man to come protect and serve you. The police ain't never protecting me from nothing. So they just show up after the fact and ask questions. Yeah,
exactly. And ask questions.
That's all they do. In Atlanta now, guess what, bro? They got a new law in Atlanta. I don't know if it's a law or it's a rule or whatever. The police ain't even gonna respond to you if you ain't like got a gun involved or if it's a theft over $1,000 or something like that. Anything else, they just like gonna tell you go online and file a report. They ain't even gonna come.
Bro, look, for all you Christians, y'all don't see that shit. I'm gonna see. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm pointing at the right thing. What did it say right here? I don't know if I can. What does it say? Allegory. That's Galatians, chapter 4:22, and I'm going to read this. The allegory of Christian freedom, verse 21. Tell me, you who want to be under the law, Tell me who be under the law. Do you not listen to the law? Verse 22 of Galatians chapter 4. For it is written that Abraham had two sons. Abraham had two sons. Oh, shit.
You Gucci? You still here?
Oh, okay, I'm going to say, it's like every time I read the Bible, man, they got to read a verse. For it is written that Abraham... around with the thing. Okay, they said, for it is written that Abraham had two sons, one by a slave woman, and the other by a freeborn woman. Verse 23, the sons of the slave woman was born naturally. The son of a free woman was born through a promise. Now, verse 24, now this is an allegory. Did y'all hear that? I'm not trying to be Ray Hagans, but it said this is an allegory. These women represents two covenants, Old and New Testament. One was formed from Mount Sinai, Old Testament, book of Exodus, bearing a child from slavery, which they claim to happen. This is Hagar. Hagar represents Sinai, a mountain in Arabia. So you mean to tell me you Nigga Brews are Arabian? Okay. It corrects this. It corrects Sinai. Oh, excuse me. It corresponds. I'm sorry. It corresponds to the present Jerusalem, Jerusalem. If you ever watch Dr. Bobby Hemmett, look up the breakdown of Jerusalem. Bobby Hemmett will break it down. It basically will show that it comes from Jerusalem. To the parents, to the present Jerusalem, for she is in slavery along with her children. Verse 26, but the Jerusalem above is freeborn, and she is our mother, for it is written. So I just read to you Galatians chapter 4, verse 22 through 26, actually, for 27. Basically, what that is saying, that when it's an allegory, these two covenants are allegorical, okay? With the whole Moses being in slavery. What they mean by that? Okay, so slavery is dealing with mental bondage, okay? Because we already know the consistency and the actual paleontologists and people that study this shit, that's why they can't find no Hebrew slaves in Egypt. That shit never happened. And according to the goddamn story, they weren't in the goddamn area. Y'all in fucking Goshen. Y'all couldn't have built the pyramids of Giza. I challenge any nigga brew to call into this show and prove to me that y'all built the pyramids of Giza, because according to the story, y'all wasn't in the goddamn area. Y'all was in Goshen. Ain't no goddamn pyramids in Goshen. But your own Bible is saying that this is an allegory. This never happened. This was a parable.
Well, Uncle goddamn Garfield, they was on the Dagger Squad the other day. They killed that shit, man. They were showing the pictures of the so-called ancient Hebrews, and them motherfuckers is not black.
They was Greek. They was Greco-Roman. They was Greco-Roman. That's why when you go into Israel today, them are Greco-Roman people. The Masoretes were the Masoretes was from the Levant region. That's where you got the Torah. The Masoretes was enslaved according to the 25th dynasty of ancient Egypt. Now, I might be wrong, Kweli. You're a better scholar than me. Now, from what I've got, from my information, I hope it's not pseudo, but the Masoretes were enslaved by the Greeks. After the Roman Empire failed in 70 AD, that's when they wanted the Torah authorized. Well, before then, around the 25th dynasty, 27th dynasty, you had Ptolemy the first, and second Philadelphus. He wanted the Torah authorized. So you get your Torah from Ptolemy the second Philadelphus, not Ptolemy. You get Christianity and Serapis Christos from Ptolemy the first Soter. Soteriology is a study of salvation. Then his son, Ptolemy the second Philadelphus, that's where you get the Torah from. It really was called the Torah, T-U-A-R-A. I mean H, excuse me. So now they just call it the Torah. You see what I'm saying? So y'all Torah come from Egypt. Then they want to lie and said that the goddamn library, they lost all their damn what all the scribes and scrolls. They didn't lose that shit. They say they burnt it down. They took that shit to the Vatican. That's why the Pope, every Pope that was around, kissed the Black Madonna and Child. Why was that destroyed? Y'all still got pyramid texts. That's why you have Wallace Budge with his fake ass.
That's the motherfucker right there. They show that picture of the Pope kissing the Black Madonna. Like, you got to explain that one.
Yeah, Hebrews.
That Catholic tradition this dude is listening. But we got a caller on the line, man. Let me see who we got. Area code 250. What's your name? Where you calling from? Area code 250. Can you turn your stream off and tell us your name? Where you calling from? Area code 250. You on the air? Hello.
250. That's not familiar. That's like, is that like Atlanta, Georgia, or Florida, or something like that?
Nah, like Tallahassee.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have no. Yeah, our area codes is 817-469-903-430, 832-713.
Hello, what's your name? Where you calling from? Us. Hello, can you hear us? Oh, you know what? He probably. Hold on. He probably can't hear me. Let me see. Can you hear me now, sir? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. I have myself muted, man. My fault. What's your name? Where you calling from? Ooh, way up there, man.
Oh, we can't hear him. We can't hear him over here.
Okay, so he calling from Vancouver, Canada. Y'all, I'm gonna talk to him for a second, and I'm gonna let y'all know what he's saying. I ain't figured out how to get it to where y'all could hear each other yet.
Okay.
All right, so what's your name, sir? Austin, and you calling from Vancouver. So what do you believe in? Why, sir? Okay, Scientology, my friend. Scientology is a scam. All right. So I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna guess that you got a little bit of money, and you know they've been asking you to participate financially in the church, huh? Yeah, that's because Scientology is a big scam. They prey on wealthy or well-to-do individuals, and they basically get them to donate all their money, and you know what I'm saying, and they'll go to very, very extreme lengths, even to the point where you'll basically be like a prisoner on their grounds. You know what I'm saying? I look up the girl. I forget her name, but you ever heard of the show King of Queens? Have you ever watched that show?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah, you look up her story. She used to be a Scientologist, and she'll tell you like how they did her and how they scammed her out of a bunch of money, and they wouldn't let her leave, and she's still going through it as far as I know. Like they still try to ruin her, and it's just a fucked up situation. But
Hey,
I would
Kweli,
advise you.
Kweli, I just want to let you know that we can hear him now. We can hear him.
Y'all can hear him?
Really, guys?
Yeah, we can hear him now.
All right, can you hear them? Austin, can you hear them?
I can't hear them right at the moment.
Okay, he can't hear y'all. But go ahead.
You can't hear us? Yeah, but we can hear y'all. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
I was just wondering because they're preaching the Bitcoin real steady right now, so I was wondering if maybe they're connected to that, but who knows how deep it could go, really.
What they doing with the Bitcoin?
Well, they're trying to get me to invest in Bitcoin with them and take on a little bit of crypto. They've been talking about something about Ethereum or something.
Ethereum, yeah, man. I would see Bitcoin and Ethereum might be a good investment, but I advise you to do that on your own. You know what I'm saying? Look into it and research it and invest in it on your own. But as far as anything to do with Scientology, my advice is to get far away as fast as you can, and don't fall. It's a scam, bro. And I can prove it to you. Probably, you know, if you watch another week or so, we could probably do an episode on Scientology. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, it's a scam. Kwame, you can go ahead and add it on. I don't know if he can hear you, but you can go ahead and add your 2 cents.
Hey, ask him. Hey, can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me?
What do you think I should do about me, mate?
About the what now?
I mean, Mike joined the church, so I'm wondering what
I
should do about him.
Yeah.
No. Can you hear me?
He can't hear you, Kwame. But he wants to know. He wants to know what he should do about his friend that joined the church.
To join the Church of Scientology, I feel like this. Like, if you're not well versed in what it is, because Scientology has you to believe that there's an alien race that's taken over, you know what I'm saying, the universe, the galactic universe, evil Lord Xenu. Ask him, do he know about it? Can you hear me? You must can hear me, because can you hear me? Because you should be able to hear me, right?
No, he can't hear you, because I got you on the StreamYards and he's on the conference line.
Oh.
Okay.
So you can hear him, but he can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear him. Yeah,
but I'm gonna relay to your.
Are you relating? Just talk about the evil Lord Xenu. I know you know about a lot about it.
Yeah. So basically, what Kwame said was you gotta do some research on what the doctrine of Scientology is, and they talk about the evil Lord Xenu and the aliens and how you can get your own planet after you die and all this stuff. Which basically, if you grill them on it and you know anything about epistemology and how you come to know what you know, you realize that that's no true than any other belief system or religion is. They just choose to believe it. And L. Ron Hubbard, he's on record saying that he's going to invent a religion and get rich off of it, and that's exactly what he did. He invented Scientology and he got rich off of it.
And Kweli, this one I want to address too. And this one I want you to tell him too, Kweli. Tell him that L. Ron Hubbard was a science fiction writer. That should be that's a red flag right there. Like you getting religion from a science fiction writer.
He pointed out that L. Ron Hubbard was a science fiction writer. You know what I'm saying? Which he was. And he wrote a lot of science fiction. But you had another question. What was your other question, Austin?
Oh, that was it.
I was just gonna thanks for letting me know because it's been weighing on me mind pretty heavy.
Yeah, man, and same advice to your friend, man. Tell him to get as far away from Scientology as you can, and if you got to do some research to convince you, because I know it's tough when you out there searching for truth and you on your journey trying to find what's true out here, and you looking at all these different stuff, especially when people putting stuff in your ear, that makes it hard to find the truth. So you got to do your own research and explore a lot of different stuff, but don't be so
And,
quick
and
to
also quick.
accept things as
Ask him,
true.
do you know what a precipice is?
What is it based on?
Yeah, ask him, do we know what a precipice is? A precipice is.
Thank you very much.
No, tell him before he go. Ask him.
Hold on. Don't go right quick. Kwame got a question for you.
It's a thing called precipice or something like that. Precipice. A precipice basically teaches the doctrine that you don't exist. That's basically what Scientologists will tell you, that you don't exist. But it's weird. It's called a precipice. I can't pronounce it, man. It's called a P.
He said, did the Scientologists, did they teach you anything about precipice or something like that?
Like you're a brain in a vat, and all that shit.
Brain in a vat or something?
They've been trying to set up meetings with me, I keep ducking them, but I was a little bit skeptical that my buddy's been hanging around with. He doesn't look like too good of a character. So
body feedings, yeah, that body feeding shit. Body feedings, ask some body feedings.
Pardon?
Yeah, is it
like an e-meters, all that shit.
Body feedings?
Yeah, body feedings. They read body feedings to an e-meter.
That sounds pretty crazy though.
Yeah, but that's a problem with Scientology. They want you to go by this e-meter. They want you to put your hands on 2 e-meters to test your body feedings to see if you're a prophet.
Yeah, did they try to give you like a reading, like say you put your hands on this machine and they're gonna read your body?
Yeah, they read your sensors or somewhere.
See, that's another part of the scam too. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got levels. You know what I'm saying? So they say, oh, you gotta get to the next level, and then they say, okay, well, you're not quite, you got it ready, you got to do this, and which really all you got to do is give them some more money or do their little bidding. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you make it to the next level, but there's no getting to the top of it. It's just a big scam. So if you want to be a slave and invest all your money into somebody else's being rich while you slave away, then yeah, join Scientology. But if you want to be free,
it's all about money. It's all about money. It's all about money. I wish you could hear me because I want to basically talk about money.
And that's what Kwame is saying right now. He's saying it's all about money.
It's all about money. They talk about Xenu. Like, did they even teach them about the evil Lord Xenu? They talking about DC-8s.
Thank you, Mike, very much.
You're welcome.
All right, brother. Thank you.
You guys take care.
Thank you for calling in. And hey, if you got Cash App, don't forget you can join the reverse collection plate by sending $1 to Atheist Church. You might win. Right now, it's pretty much guaranteed to go to Josh. So if nobody else enters, he gonna win. But I appreciate you calling in, Austin, and you can call in anytime you want to.
I'm gonna be leaving now.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
I'm getting ready to go.
All right, sir. All right, Gamba. I appreciate you too, sir.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna donate money and I'll check in later on. Thanks, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for watching, man. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, bye, man.
Okay, hey, Kweli, let's touch. I know the YouTube audience can hear me, but Scientology is some funny ass shit, man. They teach you about this goddamn alien that looks like fucking Chewbacca from Star Wars. He's supposed to be the galactic universal. He's supposed to be the galactic universal king. You know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to come with 42 DC-8s to America, right? So that's why they claim that, oh, we see space sightings, we see these spaceships and all this other shit. Okay, that's a bunch of bullshit. Y'all don't see nothing. These are Scientologists that's putting this bullshit out to basically try to proselytize their religion. Now, if
you go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell just happened? Okay. Okay. So YouTube. So people that are Scientologists, because I know this is a very important topic right now. Because you know why? Because during the summertime, the sky is clearer and the days are longer. This is the reason why we're gonna have Scientologists calling. We're gonna have other belief systems that believe in the like the comments and all the shit. Because during the summertime, man, I don't know if you remember, because I was born in 1984. I'm 37 years old, so I was born in 1984. I mean, you know what? I never really paid attention, but I have seen shooting stars a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Even here in Fort Worth, I've been seeing a lot of shooting stars. So this is the time of a season where you start to see more shooting stars. You start to see more, because what happens is astronomy. If you go to the observatories in Austin, Texas, like I'm gonna tell my wife, I'm gonna say, hey, we're gonna go to the observatory in Austin, so that way you can see the planets a lot clearer, because the days are longer. It's not as cloudy. Granted, there has been a lot of rain here in the Texas area, but this is the time where Scientology is prevalent. They want you to see a lot of shooting stars as an omen to say, oh, this shit is true. You see that shooting star over there? You see that shooting star? That means the evil Lord Zeno is on his way. That shit never happens. They do this shit during the summertime. They're already proselytizing the shit in Plano, Texas. In Plano, Texas, they're trying to push Scientology in Plano, Richardson, East Dallas. They're doing this shit right now because it's summertime. Because you can see a lot of more atmosphere. The days are longer. You can see a lot of shit, right? So for you Scientologists, do more research. That little body feedings, the E-meter, that does not read shit. It's bullshit, bro. Stop believing that bullshit. There is no such thing as a Lord Zeno that look like fucking Chewbacca with damn titties hanging from his face. You feel me? Just saying, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all gotta, come on, man.
Yeah, just look up some expose videos on Scientology. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know about anything, I had got into a phase where I did that. I need to get back into it actually. So if you want to know something about something and you're doing research on it, just add the word "exposed" to it when you type it into Google. So you researching Scientology, type in Scientology exposed or Scientologist exposed, and just see what comes up.
Didn't you do a video or like a little like a brief synopsis on that shit? Because that's what made me follow you, man. Because I think you did the Council of Nicaea. I said I gotta connect with this book. I did have my own YouTube channel, but it wasn't as popular, so that's why I want to get like connect with you. I'm like, well, shit, maybe if I get with this brother. Yeah, you did some shit on some Council of Nicaea, Scientology. What's this other crazy ass religion? Think that they're gonna the Halley's Comet is gonna capture the souls and shit like that. When you did that shit, I was like, bro, let's do a video. Let's collab.
Because I done did a lot of exposing crazy ass shit videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, believe it or not, I used to believe in that shit, not for that long. You know what I'm saying? But when I first got on to this guy named Rael.
Okay.
So it's this group of people, they call them Raelians, you know what I'm saying? So, and their leader is this guy Rael. And basically he rewrote the Bible. And I ain't know about, you know what I'm saying, comedic history and all that shit back then. So I was just reading this dude's basically remix of the Bible, and it ain't nothing but the meta-nature, you know what I'm saying? But it's like his version of it. So basically what he's saying is some aliens come to Earth, and they made humans and all that shit, and he gonna build a spaceship to get back to him. So I'm reading this shit, and it's just the shit that the Bible fuck up on. You know what I'm saying? He took out the fuck ups and shit, so it got my attention. But that was along my journey and my path to find which ultimately led me to atheism. But when I first got out of Christianity, I was in a whole bunch of spooky weirdo shit like the Raelians and all types of different energy beliefs and you know what I'm saying, Wicca. Like I was researching everything.
I wasn't into none of that shit, man. But
that's how I can stand on what I stand on now and say that it's all bullshit, because I actually took the time to practice that shit and realized, oh, this is bullshit.
Very bullshit. Hey, look, I know we bouncing around because I know we're limited on time. But can anybody hear when I was reading the book of John where it talks about communion? Now let's
Yeah, they
talk
heard
about
you.
communion. They heard me. Okay. So I read it one way. So I don't know if they got all of that. Did you said they heard everything, right?
Yeah.
The whole concept of communion is basically absorbing the reason why they say wine, because wine is a grape. Wine is a grape of absorption. It's a grape. It's a vegetable that basically how am I trying to say this? It's a grape that basically hydrates you, that keeps you full and all this other shit. That's why I tell you drink red wine before you go to bed, because it hydrates you. It gives you euphoric, not a euphoric, because I don't want to talk about hallucinogens or whatever the shit called. But the fact of the matter is, I want to read something to you people. I'll read it again. This is John chapter 51. So I'm gonna read it one way, then I'm gonna read it another way. So if you Christians are watching, let's see if y'all would actually do this shit, because this is the first Sunday of the month. Because I think when was June 1st? Because my birthday on the 21st. My birthday on the 21st, and you even said like we're supposed to be going on. We're supposed to be like going to like Truth Talk or something like that. What day is that?
That's the 25th.
Oh yeah. We good. We good. We really good. So the reason why Kweli and I are reading the Bible to you people, we want you to get the concept of astrology. The whole Bible is a book of astrology, but this shit right here is some sickening shit. Okay. We want to read you some sick shit. It's in a comedy form, but it's some sick shit. This is what you Christians don't think about. This is what you don't wrap your mind around. Y'all thinking because y'all drink some grape juice from fucking Albertsons, and then y'all got these damn Levitt crackers from wherever. I don't know where the fuck y'all get that shit from. It's sick. Okay. So I'm gonna do it one more time, and I'm gonna read it one way, the way the Bible says it, and I'm gonna read it another way, just to get y'all to understand. Hey, this is how the shit is really prevalent to you, because it's nasty. Why would you eat somebody unless you're cannibals? Let's go on and get to it, man. Let's get to it. John chapter 6, verse 51. Jesus said, I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Whosoever eats this bread, will live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, for the life of the world. Verse 52. The Jews was like, nigga, how this nigga gonna say this nigga give himself to us to eat him? Jesus said to them, amen, amen. I say to you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you do not have life within you. But nigga, I'm still alive. How the fuck I'm not gonna have life? Come on, eat your ass, nigga. What the fuck? Shit. The nigga want me to eat his ass.
It sounds
Okay.
sick, like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you eat this man's body and drink his blood, you a dead man walking. You are just a zombie. You know what I'm saying? You ain't shit unless you become a cannibal and join my religious ritual. That's what that passage is saying, or am I hearing it wrong?
No. You heard it correctly. He said,
That's
look,
what I'm
nigga, he
saying.
said if you don't eat his ass like Kevin Gates, be eating booty. I'm just saying, if you don't eat
That's
this
what it
nigga
say.
ass like Kevin Gates be eating booty, you ain't got no life in you, my nigga, for real. Verse 54, whosoever eats my flesh and drink my blood has eternal life. I will raise him upon the last day, whenever that's going to be. It's been the last days for how many, Kweli? 3,000 years. So how many niggas done ate this nigga? How many people done ate this nigga get Jesus' ass? Like Kevin Gates. Verse 55, for my flesh is true, real food, and my blood is real drink. Verse, whosoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remain in me. I don't know how that happens, but I will in him. Verse 57, just as the living Father sent me, that I have lived life because of my Father. Well, the Father, but you your own Father. So also the one who feeds on me God damn, this is some grotesque shit. Will have life because of me. All right, so I just read to you John chapter 6, verse 51 through 57. Well, 58. So I'm gonna read this shit another way. So you Christians, y'all finna see how disgusting this shit is. So we're gonna read again. John chapter 51 through 58. I am the living shit that came down from heaven. Whosoever eats this shit will live forever. And the shit that I will give is my flesh for the life of the world. The Jews was like, Jews quarreled among themselves, saying, how can this man gives us his shit to eat? Jesus said to them, amen, amen. I say to you, unless you eat the shit of man, the Son of Man, and drink the piss of him, you do not have life within him. Whosoever eats my shit and drinks my pee will have eternal life, and I will raise him upon the last day. For my shit is true food, and my pee is real drink. Whosoever eats my shit and drinks my pee will remain in me, and I in him. Just as the living Father sent me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, bro. I made myself laugh because, bro. I'm sorry. For my Father is excuse me. Whosoever eats my shit and drinks my pee will remain in me, and I in him. Just as the living Father sent me, and I have life because of my Father. So also, whosoever feeds on my shit will have life because of me. Now, Christians, let me ask you a question. Christians out here listening. What would be the symbol for the shit and the piss? Would it be a Hostess cupcake or almond joy? Or would it be a glass of lemonade? Because look, that verse right there, you can look it up for yourself. John chapter 6, verse 51 through 57. It talks about eating somebody. So if you have no problem with eating flesh and drinking blood, you should not have no problem with eating shit and drinking pee. What's the difference?
Especially if you're doing it symbolically. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna eat the cracker and drink the wine, you might as well eat the pudding and drink the lemonade.
That part.
And say this represents the shit and this represents the pee, because without it, you ain't real. You just a dead man.
You don't have no life in you. Jesus is literally Jesus is literally saying, if he don't squat over your mouth while you laying on your back and take a dump in your mouth and then turn around and pee in your face, you ain't got no life in you. It's the same thing with his flesh and blood. This is what we're talking about. I know, all jokes aside, it's still funny to me, but the fact of the matter that every first and third Sunday of the month, y'all do this cannibalism shit, which y'all are not realizing. But if y'all read, see, this is the thing, Kweli. They don't read their Bible, so they think that this is blood magic. What about shit magic? You know what I'm saying? So you mean tell me this pastor can post some chocolate pudding in a damn little old bitty? You remember the little cups? Remember the little goddamn cup they pour grape juice in? You know what I'm saying? Post some lemonade in that shit, and then give you like a little plate of almond joy, a half of an almond joy or something. I guess it costs too much. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know, they ain't gonna send the lady that get the announcement. Hey, could you go to the store and give me a whole bunch of almond joys? Give me about like 1,000 of them, so we can cut the shit up, so they can give like a little shit turd. Come on, man. People, the same thing with Scientology. They want you to basically throw away your rational thinking in order to conform to their belief system. They want you to be what's the word I'm looking for? A mold for them, so they can make money. They don't understand that shit, bro. This is why I fucking drink, because this goddamn book right here, man. I'm reading from the Bible, bro, and this book right here makes me. Oh, somebody won? Oh, my bad. No, I just saw someone on the screen. Now, I just gave y'all a little bit of Bible comedy, but I mean, let's be real. Let's be real, man. How many Christians would take that verse if that verse said, "Whosoever eat my shit and drink my pee"? Would y'all still do communion?
I think they still would. And they wouldn't think nothing of it.
I should ask my wife that shit because she's still. My wife is on the fence right now. So I didn't answer this question.
If you ask them, I think they're gonna say right now, "Oh no, I wouldn't do that." But if the real deal, if the shit was switched like that, no pun intended, if the shit was switched, I think they would. You know what I'm saying? They born into the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They ain't questioning eating blood and eating flesh. They wouldn't question drinking pee and eating shit. They would just look at it as normal.
Bro, let's go to what's that? Malachi 3:2. Malachi 3:2, where God said He will make you eat shit. Yeah, Book of Malachi. Yeah, Malachi 3:2. Oh, I'm on Malachi. Yes, in there. 3:2. Oh, you seen that verse too? You seen that verse too?
Yeah, I heard it a couple times, but
was it 3:2, right? Malachi 3:2. So you don't think God will make you eat shit? And okay, we finna go. Okay, I'm on Malachi chapter 2. It's actually 3:2. Okay, let's go to chapter 3. No, I think is it 2 and 3 or 3 and 2?
I don't know. Let me try to find that shit.
Yeah, I will make you eat your own dung and shit like that. Let me see. 2 and 3. I think it's 2 and 3. Oh, it's 2 and 3. I found it. I will rebuke you. Okay, so Malachi chapter 2, verse 3. I will rebuke you, your offspring. I will spread dung on your face and dung from your feast, and will carry it to you. What kind of mature God is this? God is saying that I will make you eat your own shit. I will spread it on your face.
Then in Ezekiel, they said for over a year, Ezekiel had to eat food that was prepared over burning feces.
Yeah, bro. That's why I had to take a drink. That shit nasty as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, let me go ahead and do this reverse collection plate, people. If you can get your donations in, you still got a chance to win. But if not, then we're gonna try to see if we can have a little bit of fun with it, because we really only got one donor. So if he don't win, then we're gonna play a little game.
Oh, you want to do a Bible game? You want to do a Bible game?
Like a little cash giveaway game if the people that's watching want to play.
Okay. All right. So I just want to let you people know that out there in Christianity, I know my wife is listening because she got the TM TV down. she be listening. But it's all good though. You remember when we talking about atheists need love too?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Guess who hit me up, man?
Man, don't get yourself in trouble, bro. So anyway.
Oh, no. No. Hey, it's all good. She already know about her. Know about her. Guess who hit me up? And I told my wife, I said, she hit me up. She said, I'm so sorry. She was like, I wish you had some date music in the background. Date music. She's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear your argument, but I was so wrapped up in my beliefs because that's what I brought up to believe. But then you tell me and Kweli that this shit just came to you. And Kweli, you told her what child knows about the tooth fairy without the tooth fairy been taught to them. No child goes and just say, I'm gonna put a tooth on my pillow because of the tooth fairy. Come on, man.
Right. Somebody got to introduce you, like, because somebody got to put that in your head.
Exactly. So I told my wife, I was like, this chick, I told my ponytail, I said, this chick hit me back up to my, she want another chance. Nah, you done. Nah,
I told you that was gonna happen, bro. And
yeah.
I told you, I'm a prophet. I'm a prophet, bro. I told you, God told me, and I told you. I shot
I'm like Jimmy. Hey, I'm like Jimmy Swagger. Hey man, brother. My penis is hard right now, brother. Hey, if y'all don't know anything about Jimmy Swagger, look that motherfucker up. That shit will have you laughing. Jimmy Swagger was an old perverted preacher. Look up Jimmy Swagger. And y'all was talking about what's up? Because a lot of rappers talking about Jimmy Swagger and shit. Jimmy Swagger. Look up Jimmy Swagger. Look, and Living Color made fun of that nigga too. So, but yeah, you was right. Hey, but hey, you was right. That bitch did call back. Talking about she's sorry. that she didn't, because we were talking about my daughter being molested and shit like that. Now she wants to try to holler. I said, you know what, man, I'm already with somebody, man. I'm already with somebody that's willing to listen, that's submissive and all this other shit. Oh, speaking of submissiveness, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of women. I'm sorry, I'm drinking on a show like this. I'm tired of pouring in that goddamn glass. But but a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot of Christian women that believe in this Bible, it said you must submit yourself to your man, and that the desires, and that's in the book of Genesis, the desires, and I read it, Genesis chapter 3, the desires for your man would be of that, the desires, your desires be that of your husband. Tell me why we cannot get these women to submit to us, whether it's black, white, Hispanic, Mexican, or whatever. I'm not using any gender. I mean, not any gender, but any race. But the women that are Christian, that believe in this book, they don't follow the book like it's supposed to. Now, I'm not a Bible believer. I don't believe in that shit. I feel like, man, we're more superior because we're stronger, but the woman is the person that's supposed to have our back. You feel me? But when you have women that say they're Christians, why the fuck you don't follow your Bible the way you say it should? Right now, this is what, Sunday night? They probably at karaoke right now, shaking their ass on everybody, but then they gonna go back next Sunday to my Lord, forgive me for sucking that dick, and you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to do that shit, Lord, but I'm gonna do it again, because all I gotta do is ask you for forgiveness. And the reason why I brought that up, Kweli, because that's what y'all talked about in the beginning. A lot of people do all these murders and stuff like that, but all they gotta do is ask for forgiveness. Doesn't God know what you're gonna do prior to you doing it? Allegedly. That's my question. Allegedly, yeah, he supposed to already know. God created you. You know what I'm saying? No, that was DSA talking about that shit. God created you to do his will. And that's according to Ephesians 1:11. I can bring that shit up right now. Ephesians 1:11, turn to your Bibles to a book of Ephesians. Now, let's go to your book of Ephesians. Oh, I want to bring up Acts 5:32, where it said Jesus wasn't crucified on the cross. He was crucified on a tree. But we're going to do that another time. Oh, be looking for what episode we on Bible Comedy. We're on episode 4 or episode 5.
5, I think.
5, yeah. Chapter 8. Okay. I'm just bouncing around, and but yeah. The Bible said, Ephesians 1:11 said that we are predestined. Mm-hmm. It said that we are predestined to do the will of God. Ephesians 1:11, according to His plan. Yeah. Right, so we're gonna read that shit. So if you're in the audience, y'all on y'all book of Ephesians, chapter 1, verse 11. Type amen, Ra, when you get to the verse. Type amen, Ra. 1:11. So okay, book of inheritance through the Spirit. In Him we are chosen, destined in accordance to the purpose of the one who accomplished all things according to inheritance of his will. So y'all want to talk about free will? Y'all want to talk about free will? How you gonna have free will when a God just said that you are destined to do his will? You cannot have free will with an all-knowing God. That's like the Tom and Jerry cartoonists saying that, oh, I'm gonna write the whole story out for Tom and Jerry, but they have free will to do what they want. That's impossible. That's fucking impossible for you to have free will with somebody that's the author of life, that basically knows you before you was born, all this other bullshit. Mm-hmm. You're not doing everything. If you believe in this book, you're not doing everything on your own. You're doing everything according to his will. You cannot claim that you have free will when your book is saying that you don't have free will. Nowhere in the Bible does it says, oh, humans have free will. If that's the case, why are we asking for forgiveness for the shit that we're doing? You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. How the fuck you gonna ask for forgiveness? Oh, well, shit. Oh, it's my free will to do this shit. But then when you look at the Bible verse, it said that God has a plan. So are we more powerful than God to screw up his plans? How the fuck are we more powerful?
Dissonance on display by part of the believer. Hey, but we've been going for a good little minute, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get this raffle done, and then we're gonna close out.
Go ahead, bro. I'm right here, man.
Play the intro right quick.
Go ahead.
People, y'all got about 30 seconds to get your dollar in because we about to do the raffle. Woo, woo, woo. Here we go. And we do this every week, man. I did have a couple people donate while we weren't live. I just want y'all to know if you do that, that's cool. I just hold on to it, and when we go live, add your name to the list. Dun dun dun, drum roll. Who it gonna be? Steve the Theorist. Now that's your second time now. I be trying to tell these folks, if y'all participate, y'all can really rack up. It's a good little opportunity. Steve the Theorist is the winner. So Steve, I'm gonna send you the total, and if you want to keep it, you keep it. If you don't want to keep it, and send it back, and we'll add it to next week's pot. So this week it looks like it's about $22.
Yeah, I'll be trying to do that shit, man. Trying to donate.
$22 to Steve the Theorist. Now, see, the more people participate, the more money will be in the pot.
Right. What was our count today, man? What was that? How many people was in the live today?
I don't know where we peaked at, but I think it was like when I saw it, it was like the most at 19. But I won't see all the stats until I end it though.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I feel like, it's best if we cam up and stuff like that. So I'm gonna let y'all know the Bible comedy is still every Tuesday. We're gonna do Bible comedy every Tuesday, and we're gonna deal with chapter 8 and chapter 8 and 9. We're on episode 4. But hey, look, bring y'all family members, all this other shit. My sisters and all that shit, they hate me for doing this shit. That's fine. But I'm glad I got an old lady that understands. Even though she a PK, it's possible for atheists and PKs to date. It's possible. So all y'all saying,
if they open minded. And about your sister, man, you just got to make sure that you remain the positive one. You know what I'm saying? So that over time,
I'm the oldest of the kids.
Oh yeah, that's even more so. You gotta be the positive one. And so you know what I'm saying. You just gotta be the one that keep the level head. So that when they 5 years go by and they look back at it and realize, damn, you the one that's been doing all the tripping, and you the believer. He the one that's been, you know what I'm saying, still being the brother. You know what I'm saying, that he's supposed to be. So you know what I'm saying. Just make sure you keep your slate clean. And if any hate going on, you don't participate in all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Because you represent atheists, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get atheists a good name out here.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even want to. Like I said, I don't want to. I mean, like I said, I'm an atheist. I'm a certified atheist. Well, I ain't gonna say certified because that means I don't have like a. But I'm a true atheist. Okay. But what I was going to call it is, I was going to call us the Red Pill Cartel. And the reason why I say Red Pill, okay, so if y'all ever understood the Matrix says you have the blue pill, you go down the rabbit, you can basically live in your delusions, right? You can live in your delusions and look for these happy fantasy stories and stuff like that. But the red pill takes you down a rabbit hole of truth. So I want to ask the host, the owner of this show, if I can call this my Bible Comedy Hour just the Red Pill Cartel, because the Red Pill Cartel meaning that we're about knowledge, and we're about pushing the fact that this shit is a fantasy world. So I deal with the Manosphere. I don't know if you heard about the Manosphere on YouTube, mediocre tutorials, alpha male strategy. These guys said they're red pill, but they're still under Christianity. How the fuck are you gonna call yourself a red pill person when you still believing in fantasies? You can't. So that's why I'm gonna start. That's why I want to start this through you. The Red Pill Cartel, spelled with a K, not a C, a K. And the reason why I spelled it with a K is because a K stands for knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that we're gonna have to talk about. You know what I'm saying? As far as going forward within the Red Pill. So, I know
we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll brainstorm because I think I might be able to, add some insight to it. But we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying, off the air and all that stuff.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man, and congratulations to Steve the Theorist. And we had a new participant, Josh. I can't pronounce your last name, but thank you for participating. Hope you participate again next week. If you play, well, I don't really want to call it play. If you participate every week, the odds of probability are in your favor. You will win. We just proved that tonight. Steve the Theorist had won twice, and we're just our 4th week doing this. So, you know what I mean?
And you know what? Next Sunday, I'm donating personally $50. So basically,
just make it more interesting. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about add to the pot, but you know what I mean. I just I don't want people to take it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like it the way it is, but that's what like Steve. I'm gotta say just $1. You know what I'm saying? Steve sent $5 this week, but the week before that he sent $10. And I think he sent like $10 every week before that too. Danielle Ward sent $15. Then she sent $10 last week. Like a couple people, they always send more than $1. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna
as
be
an
nice
atheist.
To participate. And
this is why I said my donate command. I got a great job. I got hired on with Homeland Security, bro. Life is good for me right now, and I want to tell people God character in the Bible has nothing to do with your life progression. You have everything to do with your life progression. Okay, right. So that's why I told my brother I'm gonna donate 50, maybe 100. I might put 100 in the pot. I don't want the money. But I know people out there that do need the money. So if I donate my $100 to the reverse collection plate, that should let you know that when you go to church, who's taking your money and what are you getting out of it? Nothing. You're not getting shit. But when you come to the atheist church, you're getting something out of it. You're getting knowledge and you're getting things. Your kids might need a pizza or something like that. You might need underwear or something like that. We're donating back to the community. The Christian church, right? The Christian church is not donating to you. So, give you a false hope, a lie. They're not gonna tell you everything. They're not gonna break shit down like me and Kweli do. Me and Kweli every Tuesday and Sunday we break the shit down to you. We want you to understand. We want you to basically grasp the concept of religious dogma. This is dogma. This is dogma that's being spewed throughout the community, whether it's black, white, Hispanic, all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's dogma. We're not biased. We're not racist because it's impossible for black people to be racist. Are we spiritual? Yes, we're very spiritual in the fact that we know that it's us doing this shit. Ain't no imaginary sky pappy in the sky sending down money orders saying, hey, Kweli, go pay your rent, man. Hey, go pay your car note. Hey, Kweli, you see what I'm saying? Where the fucking money order come from? We gotta go to 7-Eleven. We gotta go over here to 7-Eleven to get a goddamn money order for our rent. You know what I'm saying?
I don't wanna say too much, but I got another show I'm working on. I would say this much. It's a morning show. So I'll be having a morning show coming in like September. So I'll be on the lookout for that. But part of it is what you're talking about now. That's what made me think about it. Just showing people that God ain't got nothing to do with success. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, I'm finna show you all the atheists, and y'all finna look at me every morning, and I'm gonna show you how I know God, and I'm living better than you. You know what I'm saying? So how do you explain that shit? Am I blessed and highly favored, and I don't believe in your motherfucking God? Oh, what? What's
exactly? Oh, it's another movie I want you to check out. It's called Beautifully Insecure. I'm gonna send you the because so Beautifully Insecure basically is talking about a woman that has alopecia. She meets an atheist, the white boy. She meets an atheist, and she ended up turning him Christian. That's why I say that movie's bullshit. So if y'all have not seen Beautifully Insecure, Watch the movie, but you will see how bullshit it was. Because you cannot go from being smart to being gullible. How the fuck does that happen?
But she must have had that. She must have had that good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she must have sucked his ball, licked all the cum and everything off. Hey,
it's a family show. It's a family show.
It's a family show. But like I said, man, I love coming on this show, man. Brother Kweli, man, I love you, man. Thanks for allowing me to be your co-host. When I text you that first day 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, I said, bro, let me do a collab with you, because I was already trying to do an atheist show. But like I said, I know you had more of a platform than me. But the thing is, man, we need to grab more of our people, because white folks, like ask yourself this before we got to air. How many churches are in the white community? 0. How many churches are in the black community next to the liquor store, the 7-Eleven, and the Valero? I can name about 5 of them right now that's next to a Valero.
I got 6 churches in walking distance to my house, bro.
Yeah. I'm down the street on Dolly Martin.
That's just the ones that I know about. I'm pretty sure it's a couple of them that I don't even know. It's like little small churches here and there.
But ask yourself this: why is that? Why is there a church in every black community with a gun store, liquor store? Bro,
the same reason it's a pawn shop. The same reason it's fast food in the black community. The same reason it's bad food. Because it's working in conjunction to keep the black community where it's at.
Bro. Okay, so I deliver money. I deliver money for, a company. I ain't gonna mention no name because I can't do it for YouTube purposes. But I deliver money for a company. We go to Highland Park, Dallas. We go to Dallas, Texas, and most of our money drops are in Highland Park. Okay, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys. Bro, where's the liquor store? Where's the gun store? Where's the church? Nowhere. Nowhere. Jerry Jones owned the fucking Dallas Cowboys. I'm like 5 minutes from the Cowboy Stadium, from the Dallas Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas. I live in Fort Worth. I'm 5 minutes from the Cowboy Stadium. Tell me why ain't no church beside that. Tell me why ain't no liquor store beside that, or convenient. Well, it is a convenience store. I ain't gonna lie about that. But when I go to Highland Park in Dallas, in his neighborhood, delivering money, no liquor store, no church, none of that shit. You know why? Because they don't really believe this shit. They do it because they know black people are going to gravitate towards it, because in ancient times, they knew black people were extremely spiritual. Since we're...
Man, it's a fucked up con, man. It's deep, you know what I mean? It's the greatest con in history, you know what I mean? To convince the people, and it's, as long as they got you, believing in this shit, they know you ain't worried about what's really going on. So you ain't even a threat to stop them from, world domination, because you ain't even in the real world. You live in fantasy land. You know what I'm saying? You praying 5 times a day to the fucking wall.
What the fuck is this all about? There ain't no God. This nigga smashed a tablet. What the fuck? Come on, y'all.
All right, we over time though. Go ahead and get your last word in, Kwame.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, thanks y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for coming out to the New Atheist Church. Man, hey, we enjoy y'all coming out, man. Thanks for the support. Please support us on Cash App. Kweli Kush and Hemi Muscle. I enjoy being here, man. I love it. I love giving out information and stuff like that. Check out our Bible Comedy Hour. We will start it back up, episode 4, chapter 8 and 9. We're reading the Bible from Genesis to Revelations. We're giving our own secular commentary to it. Please check us out. Please support us like we support y'all. And the only reason why I'm supporting y'all, because we're supporting your mind thought. We're supporting your mind frame. We're not just saying give us money, but give us your time. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some churches say that shit, but we ain't, But go ahead, Kweli.
Yeah, we the one church.
I'm kind of digging myself a rabbit hole right now. I don't want to dig myself a rabbit hole.
We don't want your money. You know what I'm saying? We wanna help you prosper. You know what I'm saying? And if I had $1 billion, maybe we would just, divvy it out every week. But the way we do it with the reverse collection plate, the people that are fortunate enough to send more, they send more, and they don't be wanting to win. They just want to donate to whoever does win. People who need the money, you send $1, and what that does is it adds your name to the list, and we know who you are. We basically, you know what I'm saying, we know who to send the money to. We gotta have a cash out to send the money back to. So you send your $1 and you win it back. Now it don't matter if you send $1 3-4 times and you don't win. That 5th time you probably gonna win, especially if you get in now while we started going. Because if you see tonight, it was only 3 people in the lineup, so you really had a good chance to win. Off of $1, you could have made to $22. It was like Steve the Theorist, or you could sit back and I don't know what the fuck these people doing with they dollars, giving it to Creflo Dollar so he can motherfucking go buy another plane, or you can help somebody out here who actually need it. But man, I gotta get back to the Cushington. I gotta get up early in the morning. I enjoy talking to y'all, man. I appreciate you coming through.
I gotta do my slap. I gotta do my slap. Shout out to Media Tutorials and Reviews. Peace.
Black Power, man. Y'all go to Black Power. I'll see y'all next week.
Peace. Love, man.